Well, it's another episode of the King of Content show. Guys, I am the King of Content, and I am back to do this thing as only as I could do. So we're going to cover some topics today, and I hope you guys are ready because I think it's going to be some really cool topics, and it's going to be some really good dolled up stuff as well. So with that being said, for the new people coming to the King of Content show, just know that I am the King of Content, and the reason being is I'm the all-purpose champ. That's my gamer tag. You can find my digital gamer footprint on everything from PlayStation to Xbox to Stadia. You name it, if I was there, look me up with all-purpose champ. Send me a friend request. Number two, that makes me the King of Content, is I'm the master of vlogging. And guys, that simply means that I've had this channel since 2011, and I've been vlogging my life every birthday, Christmas. Guys, I'm on this channel. If you pay attention, you probably could figure out where I live at. Guys, if I buy something, I do a product review. If I go to the movies, I do a movie review. So check it out because everything is on the channel. But more importantly, guys, let me tell you this. I'm the cowboy. And the cowboy, let's just look at it like this. If you guys like wrestling, like I do, it's my wrestling persona. Guys, I'm like Jerry Springer. This is also like a talk show. So if you merge wrestling with a talk show, you get the King of Content show. So with that being said, guys, I'm a natural born entertainer. You might catch some dancing on here. Guys, you might catch some martial arts on here. I do it all because I'm here to entertain. So if you add up the all-purpose champ, the master of vlogging, and the cowboy, you get the King of Content. So with that being said, I'm gonna grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair. We're gonna get together, and guys, let's have some fun today, though. Let's just entertain. Let's touch these topics, and let's just see. So with that being said, guys, there's three things I always like to say. Number one is this show is gonna be epic because I'm a cowboy. Oh man. And number two, guys, we just like to have fun around here. I always like to give this message to you watching, to the people on the panel, and to YouTube, because sometimes YouTube like to watch my stuff. Well, they don't watch my stuff, but then they demonetize it, and I got to ask them to review it. It's just an entertainment channel, all right? If somebody say, hey, what's your channel about? Entertainment. It's just me entertaining. So the views and opinions of myself and others is subject to be our damn opinions. So anybody out there watching this and take what you heard and run with it and start crying and complaining, hold up. That's on you. You need to man up. You know what? I just like to be a winner. And the opposite of a winner, well, you know, so let me just let my guy explain it to you guys so you know the rules of the show.
You're a winner, and you know what winners say. Fuck the losers who can't take a joke. Man the fuck up.
Honestly, all I want you guys to do is be responsible for your own actions and your own words. But more importantly, I just want you to be a winner. If you be a winner, then we're all going to have fun. So the last and final thing I got to say is, guys, I live my life as an epic individual. You might hear me say the word epic so many times because that's how I feel. You look epic. You look more epic. No, you look more epic. All right, stop it, both of you, okay? Now, with that being said, I have the most epic theme song you've ever heard, and it was molded and built by steel and teeth and love by none other than Bruce freaking Campbell. So right now, I'm going to play my intro, and let's all get epic. Guys, listen. Get yourself an epic, like, theme. Like, I don't care if you was, you know, your kid is in kindergarten walking with his crayons. Tell them to have an epic theme in their hair. You see that? In their ear. You got a little Bluetooth in there. You listening to, you know, something. Oh, guys, you gotta be epic. All right, I'm done.
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon. Well, the cowboy is in the building. All right, what we're going to do right now is check out the people in the chat. Say what's up to all you guys. So, bam. Guys, chat is going on. Oh, look at that. My man Lethal was in the building first. Yo, Mr. Urban World coming in here. Let's give it up. That's my guy right there, man. As he's talking his smack. Let me see. I seen Dora again, said he had to go. But look, man, thank you for coming by. Yo, Ellis is in the building. My man Ellis got a PlayStation 5. Am I telling on you? Oh, you told on yourself. All right. Yep. Yo, G Million, where you been at, man? ISO, motion, gaming. Hey, I love when ISO come in here because ISO keep it real and he keep it right down the middle. That's what ISO do. All right. Talking about TK, he is not here. Yo, Lion is in the building. Yo, Lion, I tagged all these people, and when it was over, I was like, I forgot to tag you. And Ellis. Windstar's in the building. Let's go. All right, talking about some Power Rangers. Mostly Martinez with the cutest kids ever. What's going on? All right, let me see. I could pre-record the intro. I guess I could with a bunch of different shirts, right? I like to do it live, man. I like to switch it up. I might say something different sometimes. You never know. You know, yo, but Chariot Man Game is in the building. Give it up. You know. Jezebel's in the building. Let's go. That's so crazy. I was just talking about you the other day. Then I see you on Twitter. So, oh yeah. And also, you're next on my list for making that video. So, I'll definitely be putting that together for you. Yeah, man. You know, Chucky got to get out there. Listen, if I have to play Chucky for you, you already know. Just saying. All right. Then you were, hey man, listen, you guys just keep doing your thing, you know. Yo, Maker Chaos. Oh man, I definitely want to hear what he has to say today. FCAT is in the building. All right, we're almost getting down there. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. Guys, also, here's the link. So this is what we do around here. Every show, unless it's specific to a certain person, I add the link to join. So guys, you all could literally click on this and jump on in right now. Like, that's pretty epic. It was not epic as my mouse just stopped. All right. So anyway, the link to join is pinned. Guys, when I have discussions and you guys are like, I don't like that, or I disagree, or I don't know, keep running your mouth, but you can run your little mouth right on here with me. You can stay in the comment section, which I always give a shout out. I love you guys in the comment because you guys literally reshape and change the format of the show that I had planned. Because you guys, especially Mr. Earl, just come up with some crazy stuff. Next thing you know, we're discussing topics I wasn't even thinking of. But if you guys want to take it a step further and you got something to say, click that link and you'll be right on the panel with me. All right. Dre is in the building. Let's give it up. Yeah. That's my man right there. All right, let's see. Let me see. Updating the Android 13. All right. Yo, Paul, my right-hand man, is in the building. Oh, man. Ron. Amazon Ron's in the building. Let's give it up. Yo, Ron, why don't you leave Amazon, leave Shadow alone, man. What does Shadow do to you? That's cool, man. We gotta get some Power Rangers going on. Oh, his monitor got lost in transit. Damn, that sucks, bro. I hope mine don't get lost. Oh, well, you know what? Whenever you get off that elliptical, if you still want to rock Jezebel, jump on in. And Goon Squad is in the building. Let's give it up. All right, now see if I gave a shout out to everybody. So here's the question, guys. You know what? Let's take it to the poll. Why didn't I think of that myself? We're going to take it to the poll. We're going to talk about some stuff, but I'm going to go to the poll. Not get on the poll, but I'm taking it to the poll. Let's see. So this is what I want to know. Which topic to start with? I should have asked this ahead of time, so I would have been ready. Stadia. Let me see. Xbox loses to PlayStation. Wow. I started writing PlayStation and wrote preschool. All right. Let me change this. Oops. All right, here we go. All right, cool. So, guys, I put a poll up there. Let's check the poll out. We can laugh, joke, get into some stuff, and then we're gonna actually we're gonna get into it. But I'm gonna pull up some other stuff, and then we'll get into what we're gonna go into first. Jezebel says my Pixel book go just shipped. Let's go. So Jezebel, I actually just ordered the Sony InZone M9 monitor. So I'm dying to see what that thing's gonna be like. Let me see. This show is going to be serious. It might get there, Chariot Man. It just might. Michael's in the building. Yo, hold on. First of all, let me give my man Michael a shout out. Yeah. And let me give my man Chris Obi Rose Kenobi a shout out. He actually just did his second live stream today. It was epic. Guys, make sure you check him out. He's growing his channel. He just hit 102 subscribers. Check him out. He's doing Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And he got something coming in September called Friday Night Fights. So you got to definitely check him out. I want to thank everybody who came up in here too. Stadia is still the king, though. Got to give Stadia his credit, man. I want to give Stadia his flowers today, man, as they say. Let me see. Now I know where you spend your free time. Oh, at the strip club? Nah, I don't be spending my free time at the strip club. Hold on. I gotta get my thing on, man. Where my pole at, man? All right. Let's see. Gyration Nation, baby. Let me see. Sorry, M9s are nuts. Good on you. Can't wait to. Yeah, I'm dying to check it out because this will be the first monitor I ever bought, right? I never bought a monitor before. I'm just more of a console guy. But everybody said, oh, get a new TV. Get a TV. Well, you got a PlayStation 5 and you don't have a new TV to make it look amazing. So I figured, you know what? I'll get a monitor so that I could play it exactly where I'm sitting at, you know? So we'll see. See what it looks like. You know I'm going to keep it real. If it don't look amazing and blow my socks off, I'm roasting everybody. All right, guys, make sure you click on the poll, right? So it's which topic to start with, okay? 1, Stadia has the best community. 2, Xbox loses to PlayStation. So you guys let me know what you want. So far, we got 64% says Stadia, 36% says Xbox. All right. Let's see. Mr. Urbo said, crazy with bars. Hit you with a wild star for being subpar. They can't admit. This ain't flowing for me. All right. Crazy with bars. Hit you with a wild. Damn, I said wow. That's Windstar. All right. Let's do it over. Crazy with bars. Hit you with Windstar. Hit you with the Windstar. All right. So crazy with bars. Hit you with the Windstar for being superb. And they can't admit it. Defeated me. MCs better forget it. You definitely have better ones, man. I probably didn't execute it well, but you have better ones. Kotaku did a positive article on Stadia. What? We got to look that up. Let me see. Damn, this turned into a. Hey, listen, Chippendale. Hey, listen, man. Listen, Jezebeli. We do it all over here. Come on, you see the gun show, so you know we gotta, doll it up. Come on now. All right, here we go. Rest in peace to Kobe. Playing Star Wars with Obi. Cause we OGs. Think twice before you approach me. I'll slice you slowly. Like I'm Shinobi. All right, I like that one. Damn, Sandy said it sucked. My man Windstar said bars. When doesn't Xbox lose, to be fair? Damn, hold up. Shots fired. Woo! Hey, them Xbox players about to come out here. My man Ellis up in here. Let me see. Cowboy messed up the rap. I did, ISO. I dropped that one. Let me see. Changed my mind to go Xbox first. Well, so far, the Stadia thing is killing with 64%. ISO, yeah, because he's a cowboy. You know it. Let me see. Yeah, I was playing my Series X, and my birthday is the 29th. So my wife walked in my game room and dropped a PS5 on my bed and a year of PlayStation Plus Premium. That is what's up, man. She loves you. Why my wife ain't do that to me? I don't know. I got divorced her. Now I know other wives be doing that. But question, did you get the digital? Did she get you the digital or the disc? Let me see. Sandy better sit down before I release a diss track on her. Giraffe. Yo, you gonna release a diss?
Sound just as bad as the game did against Eminem.
Damn, she said you're gonna sound just as bad as the game did on Eminem. Woo! The Marshmallow Cowboy. Oh, there you go, ISO. Come on, man. Honestly, we can have a whole show where I'm just talking to you guys. Let me see. Oh no, the disc. Nice, the disc. Yeah, I had to get me a disc because I could rent stuff. But I'm gonna pull something up for you guys. So I gotta give credit where credit is due. Y'all know me. So my guy, Lethal, he was in the chat earlier. He gave me something that I'm going to use. So let's click on this link. And I did this before, so I think it's cool. So let me share this for you guys. Let's check this out. All right, so I'm gonna switch me right here. All right, so this is some gaming news, right? So let's see. Coming soon to Xbox Game Pass, Immortality, Tinkin, Immortals Phoenix Rising, and more. Okay, that's cool. Here, let's take a look. All right, coming soon to coming soon to Xbox Game Pass. All right. Let me just see. And what I do is I just kind of scrub through these things. Is that it? Where's the more? And my favorite part of the announcement is games are coming soon to Xbox Game Pass. That feeling where you know you're about to make someone's day. Let me see. All right, so playing Immortality on launch day. I never even heard of that game. All right, I guess that's good enough for that. But guys, we might just have to deviate. So let me pull this off the screen because we got some guests jumping up in here. So let's give a warm welcome for my man, your man, my guy, your guy. He might even be called the accent guy. You can see him from here to Tatooine. Is none other than
Do you know what? I would have been on a lot faster, but I was setting up my mini PC, and as you know, went to Melon, tried to set it up, and configure, and I was like, bloody hell. Go back onto my old setup, and here I am.
Well, explain to the people. What did you have to do to actually get it working?
No, so what it is I don't like having all like these beefy PCs and stuff like that, and I did fall into the trap of buying a PC because I believed I was going to do some editing and some power hungry stuff.
Okay.
But now because I'm like so sort of carry on focusing on the cloud, and I feel like I don't want to use electricity so much and have all these big powerful things, I just sort of got a form factor mini PC, and I've just set that up, attached some arms onto my desk so it's more flexible, so I can actually bend it standing up, down, on the bed. Configured a lot of stuff, and I was like, I'm going to join the Cowboy stream and just sit off with low power consumption, no heat, because sometimes you see me, I'm like, oh God, it's hot in this room because there's this big, huge beast of a PC warming me up.
So my stepson, same thing. He has the smallest room, and it's always hot in his room because he has, this computer in there and blah, blah, blah. So
here it is. My mini PC, so it's for so it runs perfect on my monitor. It's got all my clouds, Game Pass, PlayStation, Stadia on it, and because I stream on people's panels, I thought I might as well just consume less electricity when I join people, and I'll be more portable in form factor, should I say?
Yeah, it makes sense.
But as I was setting it up, it wasn't detecting my microphone and stuff like that, so I was like, damn.
All right, let me see. I'm scrolling through. Got to pull up. I want to make sure everybody comment gets put up on here. Jezebel's starting trouble talking about you need an intervention if you got an Xbox, so everyone needs a girl to get them a PlayStation 5. Oh, man. I'm going to leave it alone. You ain't getting me in trouble. But, guys, the poll is looking crazy right now. The Stadians are out. The poll is 64% Stadia and 36% the Xbox story.
I mean, what I've learned in my past experience is single and no kids, and at special occasions, 2 Holts from Holt's, PlayStation 5, Series X, and I'm like, oh, so that's what you do.
Man. 2 Holts from Holt's. All right, let's see. Let me see. DualSense they're talking about. I'm going to go from the bottom up. My Series X is currently on eBay. Damn. Let's get Holtz to get a Fold 3. Holtz, that's what the chat is saying. They want you to get a Fold 3.
Not a Fold 4.
Yeah, right? Like, why not get the Fold 4?
Why a Fold 3? I actually did look, because on Discord, there's a few people that was talking about it, and if I trade my phone in, I get 600. I get like a third off.
Okay.
And then
so
I get like Amazon discount code, say 50 quid.
If you go to the actual Samsung, they were doing $1,000. Well, I guess that's because he had a Fold 3.
Yeah, so I've got an S21 Plus, so that's 600, and then if I go through a certain website, I get a $50 Amazon voucher, and then it's all bundled with like Samsung, Disney Plus for 12 months, and then and as you know, with that FOMO, I was like, ooh, should I join and see what? But I'm like, nah.
Let me ask you this. ISO said I hate adaptive triggers though. So let's talk about this real quick. I got a PlayStation 5 now, and I've been using it for a little bit, right? I was playing Demon Souls yesterday. People thought it was cool. They said I should keep playing it. Probably not. I'll keep it. I won't delete it yet until I get my monitor, because that game is beautiful. Mind you, I left my glasses at work, so I didn't have my glasses on, and I'm playing it on my TV, which is 1080p. I don't even think it has 60 frames, right? And I'm blown away by the graphics, so I'm dying to see what it looks like when I get my monitor. So I've been playing my PlayStation 5. I'm just saying, but I don't think adaptive trigger is that big of a deal. I have yet to play again. Like the Returnal thing was cool. You hold it halfway down and you use a different weapon. But other than that, I haven't noticed anything else special. So when he says he doesn't like them, I'm like, it's not like I haven't seen them do anything great. So.
I can't stand it.
Really? What is the issue? Because they just feel normal. Like I do. So when you're holding them down, you feel that like pressure.
You know, I was there years ago, loving all like this rumble and all this, features that come into controller, and then I realised it just drains the battery too fast. So I'm just like, just give me just the average controller with no features, no rumble, no shake, no force feedback, no nothing, and let me, because the PlayStation 5 battery really dries really fast, like 4 or 5 hours, and it just dies. So I feel like get rid of that feature because I don't use it and I want a longer battery life.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I use mine, right? If it's a couple hours, and then I just put it on the charger, so I guess I don't notice. After every use, I put it on charger.
And everyone's like, when you're playing Spider-Man, you sort of get resistance, so you can sort of feel like the web and the tension, and I'm like, oh, it's not something that makes me go, ooh, this is next gen.
Right. Well, Holtz, Jezebeli says she missed you being on CGX, but I'm going to actually let the man who brought this up actually tell us why he doesn't like, the adaptive trigger. So coming up right now is none other than the Sensu of gaming, the most casual gamer, ISO Motion Gaming. ISO,
yeah. Yo, what's good? You already know, just the casual gamer at its finest. What's good, my guy?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, man. I love when you come on here, ISO. Now, here's the thing that's crazy.
What's
I
up?
got the most chill person and the nicest person. Like, you and Holtz, man, you guys are like you're the guys that listen, hear me out. If I was walking down the street and somebody said, maybe not you, ISO, because you like to shoot guns. But if I was walking down the street.
What you mean?
I'll get into it. Just hold on. I'm going to get to it. No, hold on, ISO, let me get to it. If I was walking down the street and somebody got in Holt's face, I'm fighting. Bro, you're not talking to my man Holtz. Nobody mess with Holtz. Holtz is the nicest guy. I would be, like, that would trigger me if somebody had a problem with Holtz. But ISO, I was going to say the same thing for you, but you might just pistol whip him. I'm like, hold up, ISO, I thought you was nice. You be like, oh, I was nice till they got this gun in their face.
You crazy as hell.
Why can't I be that guy that sort of knuckle puncher? Take that, your mother.
Nah, it's not you, man. Even my friend Chris, Obi Rose Kenobi, he's like, that host guy is so cool, man. I said, bro, host is the nicest dude. He got super excited when you joined the stream earlier.
I've got street rep now, so when I walk around, people's gonna say, that's the guy from Cowboy Stream. He's the nicest guy going.
Hey, listen, you got to get your street cred up, Host. You got to smack somebody. I need to see you throw a kitten in a pool. You just got to do something, man, because right now you're the nicest guy.
You can see me in the newspaper. Chucky made me do it.
Chucky, hold on.
I've took too many streams to the head, and that's it.
Too many streams to the head. Well, I'm just saying, Holtz is super nice, and I feel like, you know, you guys are both really nice. I remember when I met you, ISO, you was so chill. You was like, listen, man, I don't get into all that nonsense. It was like, yo, ISO could literally stand in the storm of the console wars and just be like, nope, don't bother me. Don't. They're like, but ISO, but your PCs are terrible. You're like, oh, well, I play on my PCs. Good for you. I'm like, yo, this guy got like nothing phases ISO. You can't push his buttons, man.
Yeah, but, it depends though. It depends. I mean, don't get me wrong, things annoy me, but I just don't let it like affect me like that. Right. I'm just like, no, you stupid. That's it. You know, like whatever. It is what it is.
That's what's up, man. Well, I love you for it, ISO, definitely, man. And but let me bring in a guy that's the opposite of ISO and Holtz. This guy can't stop getting in trouble. Matter of fact, he jumped on here just because the poll for Stadia is running hot. Now, matter of fact, I probably should just do this segment without him because you know it's going to go sideways when the maker of chaos come in the building. Maker, my guy, what's up, man?
Nothing much.
Maker, let me take this time to talk about you in a positive way. Listen, man, I told somebody the other day, I said, Maker's my guy for life. We had the panel. It was all these so-called tough guys, and you know how they are. You know, listen, Holtz once upon a time told me I was one of the tough guys. You know, with the people with the loud mouth like me, we try to scare everybody. And then everybody was quiet. It was like, what you think? What you think? What you think? And everybody got quiet, and they was all looking at Maker. Maker was like, listen, bro. I was like, oh. Maker was like, look, I ain't trying to hear that. And then the whole thing with Purple Haze, my man Maker jumped in here and said, listen, let me set the record straight. So Maker is my guy. Don't think y'all could chump Maker off because he used to look like he was one of the Backstreet Boys. You know, he's kind of letting the beard come back again. But Maker is my guy. And that's why I love Maker. Maker's like, listen, I don't care who you are. I'm speaking my mind. And that was cool, man. So I just always want to tell you that. This is the platform. Speak your mind. Can't nobody tell you nothing. And I love that you did it, man. That was cool, you know. So how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. You know, got a little bit of gaming done, and you know,
okay.
Excited to talk about some gaming stuff.
So sounds good. So what were you playing?
Mostly Final Fantasy 14, and I think I played a little bit of Ghost Recon Wildlands, and that was about it.
Okay. Wildlands. You know what's crazy? Everybody's playing Wildlands because it's on Game Pass. Yeah. And I'm like, dude. Wildlands is cool though. I like Wildlands better than Breakpoint. You know, for me, when people was like, "Oh, well, what game of Stadia is like GTA?" I always throw in Wildlands because the life, like, it's so much people walking around, just like, you know, like GTA, like people just minding their business, and you just want to run through and just do crazy stuff. It feels like that, whereas Breakpoint feels kind of empty. You know, it's mainly just the enemies. So, but it is a fun game.
Gotcha. I haven't played Breakpoint.
Yeah, Breakpoint is all right. Primo said he thought it was nice. So Primo, you are not the nicest. You're definitely on the troll. You're on the troll wagon. But let's bring in none other than my man F-Cat. Now I know F-Cat's gonna come in here. F, I hope you don't have no crazy stories that these rumors. You're gonna get me in trouble again. So can we just get some legit stories out of you today, man? That's all I want.
I sent you the Kokachu article.
Oh, damn. Here we go. Do I have to vet this article first? I gotta like read it over before we pull it up.
What's it about?
It's a good article.
Yeah, but what is it about? Let's hear it first. Cause hey Maker, this is what he do to me. Yo, F-Cat send me everything he see. He'd be like, look at this. We should talk about this. I'm like, F, this is like 80 years old. Like, this ain't even true. He'd be like, oh, never mind then. I'd be like, you ain't even looking at the stuff. You're just telling me to bring everything up, man.
Wait, hold on. Let me I just joined for the adaptive trigger part.
It says Stadia
hold on.
still clocking thousands of hours on the service everyone thought was dead.
Oh, you're talking about the good Kotaku article they said about Stadia. Oh, that's cool. But Maker's in here, so I might want to avoid that because he's just gonna shoot it down.
I know ISO was talking about that the DualSense triggers. I think it's overrated as well. I mean, okay. I'm not a huge fan. It as Holt says, it burns the battery life, and to me, I think there's only been one real game that implements it really well, and that's Astro's Playroom. And then all the others are.
Hold on, which game is that?
That's the one that comes with the PS5.
Oh yeah. So I played that months ago. My nephew had it, and yeah, when you like I guess when you're yanking those things with threaded cords, you could feel like do.
But like putting the resistance to the triggers in like shooting games to me hinders too much of your like capabilities to shoot. It's like putting resistance on to shoot the gun. I think I don't think any pro player is gonna be using.
Is it like that in Destiny on PlayStation?
I don't know if Destiny has the update for DualSense, so I'm
not
sure.
Yeah, I gotta check it out because I haven't really noticed. Like it just feels like nothing special about it besides Returnal, which was a plus because I thought that was cool. But other than that, I didn't. It's nothing special. ISO, what do you got to say?
Yeah, because so for me, like the first time I tried the whole adaptive triggers was a racing game, and the concept of it was cool because you're like, oh, I can feel the braking, I can feel the acceleration. I was like, oh, this is interesting. This is kind of dope. And after kind of getting used to it, when I was actually playing the game instead of just testing it, it was annoying the shit out of me. Like I hated the resistance, and I was like, okay, the concept is very cool, but once you actually start using it, I it's not for me. And there's times where I feel like I'm trying to press the button, and it's not like registering, like I'm not pressing it like enough.
Okay.
And because there's that resistance, I don't know, it throws me off way too much. I feel like there's been times where I feel like I'm pressing it like any other normal controller. You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing anything different, but it feels like it's just not there. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. I don't like it. I turn it off instantly. The normal vibration stuff is cool, just not the trigger. The adaptive triggers to me is the most annoying thing. I keep retrying it with different games. It just doesn't work. Like the last one I tried it with was the Spider-Man remaster, which the PC version actually does utilize the DualSense options. And I tried it with it on. And again, with the whole web slinging, I was trying to press, I think it was like L2 or something. And again, it felt like it just wasn't, it was resisting. So I wasn't pressing it. I'm pressing the button. I'm like, yo, let me web sling so I can keep going, you know? Yeah. So,
I played Demon Souls yesterday. I don't know if it does anything, but I forgot that it was a thing. So if it's in Demon Souls, it didn't do anything. So, but I mean, you know, I just don't feel like I notice any, like, I don't feel like I notice a negativity. I more or less feels like it is really not doing anything special, but I guess it has to be for a specific game. I'm leaving gaming forever. Legit. Just had to rage quit World War Z weekly challenge. Emma J, man, we miss you, Emma J. We need you to get back to streaming. Guys, so let's do this. So the poll says Stadia has the best community, 70%. Xbox loses the PlayStation, 30%. I'm closing the polls. We're going to jump in here and talk about some Stadia. I want to highlight this, and damn it, I wish Maker wasn't on here, but I know you're going to shoot everything down. But anyway, so let's do this. Let's pull up this article that FCAT has, right? So let's do this first. And let's get into this story, but by bringing up this article.
Okay, so you guys have fun. I'm out. I don't know nothing about Stadia.
Well, listen, ISO, thanks for jumping in. If you're still around when we talk about Xbox and PlayStation,
for the Xbox stuff.
yeah. I'll be chilling, but we also have our podcast later, so I don't know how long you typically stream for a while. So we'll see what's up.
I've been trying to cut it down a little bit, ISO. ISO, are you still in school or what's up?
Yeah. I just started school up again, so now we have the fall term coming up. So,
okay, cool.
Just another day, you know.
Hey man, you listen. Next thing you know, it'll be over and it'd be worth it. So,
yep, exactly. All right, you guys have a good one.
All right, man. Later. Oh, Emma said I'm gonna play Miles Morales now. Look, so you didn't give up, and my man Josh is in the building. Xbox always loses the PlayStation. Definitely. Yo, listen, y'all starting a war. All right, so check this out. So FCAT sent me this. Now, we know Kotaku isn't the best friendly. They're not that friendly with Stadia, right? So I think it's kind of cool that FCAT added this, and we're going to talk about Stadia. We're going to give Stadia its flowers, so to speak, as they say. So let's read this first. The Stadia super fans still clocking thousands of hours on the service everyone thought was dead. So I don't know if the super fan thing is a shot. Maker will have to tell me that. But I think it is cool that they're saying, hey, they're still clocking thousands of hours on a service everyone thought was dead. So that's pretty cool. So let me just say what a little bit of this says. I'm not trying to read the whole thing, but I think the takeaway is Kotaku has been very vocal about Stadia not being a good platform. I say it like that. And hey, they're right in this. So it says Google Stadia hasn't really been in the mainstream spotlight since its high-profile launch in 2019, and outside of the news and poor reviews, it mainly disappeared from most gaming sites and YouTube channels. But the players we've who've invested hundreds of hours or even thousands of hours into Google's video game streaming service don't seem to care what others think. To them, Google Stadia is the perfect solution to a hobby that they feel has become too expensive, complicated, and wait. Is this really a good article or is this the twist? All right, well, hold on, let me see. For most of you reading this, Google Stadia is that cloud-based streaming video game service Google launched in a few years ago, which may or may not be around. Which may or may not be around still, is likely not something. Hey, listen, FCAT. I thought you. Oh man, let's turn it. Let me see. It's likely not something you engage with beyond reading occasional stories on Kotaku and other sites about how poorly things are going on for the streaming service, from high-ranking execs bailing or to reports of Google entirely ditching the platform. Stadia hasn't had a great few years in the press, and some gamers seem to outright hate it. Wait, where's the good stuff though? Okay, I guess we're getting there. All right. But after 3 rough years, lawsuits and studio closure, Stadia is still alive. Here we go, and kicking. Still getting new features and updates. One would assume that means some people are still paying for and using Google Stadia in 2022. And perhaps your first question may be why. All right, listen. This is going to get too long, but here, let's just look at the headlights. It says Stadia superfans, and I guess let's see, Google's history of destruction. Damn. Perfect for them. I kind of get the idea where this is going. So anyway, I read it on my own time. Well, no, you know what? I won't read it on my own time. But I guess it seems like it's a decent enough article for Kotaku.
Yeah, you get both ways.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid one.
See that I think that's always the ultimate problem with Stadia, is that it always has that black cloud hanging over its head saying it's going to shut down one day. And as soon as the media sees something even relevant to that, they're going to jump on it and attack it like an idiot.
I mean, it's just been marred with problems for a large portion of its life. Like, the launch was rough. Like, only a select amount of people got the codes out on launch day. You got later on, what was it? The closure of SG&E was a huge one.
Maker. Can we do this after this story? Right?
Okay.
All right. Hold on. And then Maker, we gonna get it in. But let's just.
I mean, it's hard to get a positive light on Stadia when a lot of negative things have happened.
True, but what I'm gonna bring up now, Maker, I want to say I don't think you could really have any negativity for this story. All right, you ready, guys? Feast your eyes on. Dun, dun, dun. Well, you know, Maker's triggered when you see Stadia doshes, but feast your eyes on Stadia's 1,000 event, which was yesterday, August 15th. Guys, the reason why I'm bringing this up is, you know me, I gave Stadia some hell, but I also gave Stadia a lot of good times in my life, more than the hell that I gave them, right? But I have to give credit where credit is due, and this mainly has nothing to do with Google or Stadia as a corporation. This has to do with the community. I know many times the community has seemed toxic. Listen, hell, I could have been the one starting some toxic stuff in the community. But I think to say this, to give them some credit, Stadia's 1,000 day event was pretty cool. You had over 30 hours of, content creators getting together. So let's take a look. So I'm not going to get into all the reading, the technical stuff, because I'm just going to break it down. On 9 p.m., it's right in front of you, 9 p.m. on Sunday, Ryzek started this thing off. He did his game over. And then after that, we had Chat Stadia. And then after that was Cloud Gaming Dad. And guys, at 12 a.m. Eastern, so you know what that means? That means the Cowboy was the first person to kick it off on the 1,000th day of Stadia for this community event. I just had to throw that out there. Then Rated Gaming Cyborg went, then Jack the Slip, then Windstar, Just Petter. Just Petter did 2 slots. Oh, that's pretty cool. Ninja Guy X. I thought this was an Aminar at first. I was like, yo, but no, it wasn't Aminar. It was Amura, N7, Lo-Fi Monk, Scooterama, Star Fox Gaming, In Lead, MM2K, Stadia. I think that was a Stadia France. Bud, Papa Bear Gaming, Clive, Four Scars Gaming. This was cool. Dead Drop Studios is the studio that makes Contagious Memories, the studios that make the Outbreak games. This guy actually joined the Stadia thing. He talked about his game, trying to get it to come to Stadia. So I was like, dude, a developer is a part of the thing. That was cool. Jeff Gignac, Stadia Pro Gaming, Chariot Man Gaming, Stadia Net or Stadia.net, Foremost Gaming. What happened? All right, anyway, I know you got triggered by that. So Squids was supposed to go. I'm not sure what happened, but he didn't go at that time. Let me see. Sean went. This is cool. Mugen, I always see when I play. He jumps in games. I don't know him at all, but that was cool because I didn't even know he had a channel and he was streaming. Let me see. Vern and then Squids went. I think it was supposed to end at 4, but the Squids ended up doing a 5 o'clock one. So guys, I just personally wanted to give credit where credit is due. I just want to say, like, all jokes aside, this was really cool. I mean, to see this many people, like, what do we count? Is this 30? 30, right? I think I counted. Yeah, it's either 30 or 32. People came out to share their love and support for a platform that they just play video games on. Now, I said this, that, you know, as long as I've been playing PlayStation, I've never seen, now mind you, I probably wasn't the biggest content creator at the time, but I still was creating content, and I never seen like a community of people. And I get it, PlayStation's been out forever, Xbox been out forever, and now if you was to try to get people to do that on that side, they're probably like, man, I got no time to be doing nothing with y'all. They're more secluded. But you got to admit, guys, regardless if your name is Maker Chaos or the devil himself, you got to admit this was cool for people to come together just to celebrate a platform that they like. And nobody got any credit from Google. Google didn't show up, but this was something they did themselves. And then I got to give a big shout out to one guy, a quick story. Jack, I know me and him had our issues in the past, and it's been documented on video live, but I have to say this about the guy. Like him or not, call him a gatekeeper. Say he pays money to get people to only like Stadia. Whatever, right? Whether it's true or not, say what you want. But this man inboxed me and said, hey, I'm giving people money to give away. And I was like, bro, I don't take people money. I'm doing my own giveaway. So I told him no. All right. Did my stream, and he was in my stream. And I said, you know what? Here's what's going to be cool. I checked him. I said, listen, Jack, you told me you'll give away money. If you're still on the table, the person who wins, because I was doing Fast and Furious, so the person who comes in first place the most, and I took myself out of it, I don't count. They will get your game because he's going to pay for a game of choice. And then I'm going to give the second place person the game I was going to give away. Jack said, cool. Let me just tell you why this is important to me. You know, this man, Jack, said this to everybody. Now, I think it's either 30 or 30. Well, we're going to do the math. It was either 30 or 32 people that joined this thing, right? And let's just say if the game was, you know, I might be telling his business. I don't know, but hey, I said to Jack, I said, listen, let me ask you a question. I said, no. So what happened is he was doing a raffle, right? So everybody could win on everybody's stream. I was on this guy, David Robertson's stream, and I put my name in the hat, right? It's a free game. Usually I don't like to be a part of these things. I let somebody, you know, else go win because I could pay for it. But I put my name in the hat, and I ended up winning. I was like, oh, wow. So I heard him say the Cowboy won. So I said to Jack, hey, I won. And I don't know if you was paying attention. I said, yeah, I was. I said, well, listen, let me ask you this. I'm in the middle point. I want to buy Saints Row for my wife, and I'm thinking of buying it on PlayStation because I only got to buy one copy, or I'm thinking of buying on Stadia because I get to play with the community, but I have to buy 2 copies. I was like, would you allow the game I won to be a game that's not out yet? He said, sure. Within minutes, he said, what's your PayPal? And sent me $70 and said, I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this or not, but he sent me $70, said, listen, if this doesn't cover it, I'll give you more. So, bro, listen, if this don't cover the game, I'm good, right? Because I don't know how much it's going to cost on Stadia, right? I would like to, maybe it might be $70, right? So all I want to say is, I'm just going to take 70, and I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I'm giving them credit. Maybe everybody's going to be like, oh, I want $70. I don't know, but sorry about this, Jack, but you're still getting credit, but it's hurting your pockets. I don't know, maybe not. But if I just do 30, that's $2,100, okay? If I do 32, that's $2,240. So I had my own issues with Jack, believe me. But what I can't say is that Anthony L. Lewis ever came out and gave $2,000 and something to the community. Mind you, he's the guy behind giving money for these community championships. So if we could just, for a moment, give credit to Jack, because my man, listen, I don't care who you are, like him or not, but this is powerful. Now, he's trying to help build his community. He's trying to give people good stuff. And I just want to thank him personally, myself. Jack, thank you very much for doing all you're doing for the community. You're really trying to keep this thing together as a community, from championships, giving legit prizes of your own money. So I just want to personally thank you, and I apologize if I'm putting this out there, but I feel like I had to tell the full story so people could know your heart, man. So if it costs you a little bit more money, because now everybody's going to try to get you, I'm sorry. But you seem like you got the money. Just saying. Anyway, so I just wanted to add that, man. You got to give this man some credit. So with that being said, just want to say this for me, and then you guys can speak. I feel like the Stadia community personally can't be matched in my experience. Now, there might be a Pac-Man community out there that's doing the same thing. Hell, there might be a Q-Bert community. There might be a Spyro Dragon community. I don't know. A Transformers community. But all I know in gaming, as far as I've ever seen, people putting up this much money. People, guys, we've seen some amazing events in this community. We had. So I just wanted to say kudos to Jack. Thank him for doing something that's pretty much exceptional in my eyes. All right. With that being said, FCat, where you at, man? There you go. You guys got anything you want to add on that? Because I think it was pretty cool, man. Holtz, you?
I was just staring and listening to you. I just thought, bloody hell, he's going for the compliments well. But of course, seeing this Stadia 1000 event, I was really happy to see loads of creators come. I wish I could tune into every single one of them. But, life gets in the way, especially from the United States side of the creators. But I did actually get to see John Scar, Jeff, and SPG on the games that they were playing, like Worms. So I really loved playing Worms. So when I seen someone actually play that game, I was like, oof, in chat. And it was good to see loads of people in chat interacting with the creators on this day to sort of celebrate how many years people have tuned in to enjoy the service. So I felt like it was a great thing, and I was like, woohoo, roll on 3 years in November. So
yeah, man.
All these events, I've always been in chat for the time for like Stadia Super Saturdays and Stadia 1000s and stuff like that. So it's always good to see creators have a big list and sort of go above and beyond to help the community. And like I said, and also I've seen Purple Haze's show, Shades of Purple, with Jack, and he was breaking down him and the other sponsors of the Stadia community that sort of help sort of grow the passion of the service and sort of the community, like in competitions. So it was good actually to see their thought process behind it. So it was really interesting to finally see it all come together.
Yeah. And let me take this time to bring on none other than Chariot Man Gaming. He was a part of the whole thing as well. Chariot is in the building. So good stuff. But Maker, I'll go to you. Listen, at the end of the day, you're free to say whatever, you know how it goes. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. And even for you that listen, you guys know I haven't lately. Some people have been mad at me with Stadia. I just always try to keep it real. But Maker has always kept it real with his own feelings. But I think this is a feel-good story for the community. Maker, what was your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I think giving back to the community is always a good thing. While I do disagree with a few things that some of those people in that list do, obviously I'm not a fan of some of them. I've mentioned it prior,
Right.
but I think it's a good thing. I find it odd. One thing I will say, I do find it a little bit odd that it's like 1,000 days. I can understand like anniversaries of a platform. Usually I would kind of do like a summer. I know they do have like a summer championship.
Yeah, it's going on right now.
Yeah. And I like that idea a little bit better rather than like counting the days that a platform has been out. You know, I understand anniversaries are okay, but it's just kind of weird to me.
Yeah. You know what? It came left field, and I was like, Stadia 1000. I was like, so I thought it was gonna be like a new, Stadia 100, Stadia 1000 thing. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize Stadia, because the 1000 sounds so much. I'm like, oh, and I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, hey, listen, whatever. I'll say this though, I will promise you guys this. Hear me out. Now I'll put myself up here. Last year I was running behind doing a Stadia 2-year anniversary. So this year I definitely will be a part. If no one in the community, which I'm sure the community is going to get together, I'm sure MM2K is going to want to do something. I'm sure Jack. But if not, just know the Cowboy will 100% be behind a Stadia 3-year anniversary, and I promise you it'll be co-hosted by Maker Chaos. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I was there for the 2 years, so
yeah, man, you was on the. Hey, listen, I don't care what nobody say, Baker. You're my guy. Speak your damn mind. I love it, man. You have turned some of my shows into the most entertaining and added value from us just debating and you giving your honest opinions and feelings. So it's cool. And yeah, you've always showed up. I mean, I'm catching you late nights streaming with Ray at 1 a.m. my time. I mean, you join the panels, so you still play Stadia. You are still a part of the Stadia community, regardless. So kudos to you, man. Chariot Man and FCAT, what's going on? So let me get FCAT. What do you want to say about the Stadia community? And I'm just gonna pull myself off real quick, but I am listening.
Stadia community kind of reminds me, well, like the Stadia community and the haters, like the ones with the same lane jokes, they kind of remind me of the Destiny community. Like there were people in Destiny that like, oh, I quit Destiny, I gave up on Bungie, blah blah blah, and they're still playing it. They're still playing it, and it's like kind of like stop complaining kind of thing. Just that in general.
Good stuff.
Barely hear you, Cowboy.
Sorry about that. Now, I came from the Destiny community myself, or I didn't even know if you call it a Destiny community. I mean, I was big into Destiny. I watched all the Destiny content creators. But like my name is Bife and all of those guys. But I don't know if hold up, why is CMG not here? There you go. All right, that was weird. But I just never seen nothing like this, right? Because I think part of the blood of the Stadia community is content creators, right? Because content creators actually create content where people could get together and then chat. It's like if you I think that's why maybe for me, PlayStation, Xbox, if you say Destiny isn't the same for me, because I never seen this many content creators get together, right? So it's like if I end my stream now and somebody's next and you see the same people in the stream, it's like, oh wow. So I think that's what's polarizing about the Stadia community, having so many content creators and then so many people who are content creators and non-content creators get together and show up.
Yeah, people think I'm bad now. Y'all should have saw me back on Destiny forums. I got banned from Destiny forums.
That's pretty cool. Well, Chariot Man Gaming, I'm sure he will pop back in. But let me go through the chat. All right, seeing you said you were 60 cents short. Let me see. Reasons to celebrate are good and welcome in any culture. All right. Yep. I mean, here he is. All right. All right, CMG, you are back. Take it away, CMG. What's your thoughts, man, with the Stadia 1000 event? Oh wow, this sounds like Stadia 1001. Yeah, I guess we are. What are we gonna like count every day now?
Is it technically 1001 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow, he said Bife played Destiny 2 on Stadia, got killed. Oh wow, that's cool. Huh. Sent him a clip with the fanboy message. That's funny. But Chariot Man, I'm sure he'll get back on there. Let me ask you this. Holtz, you may know. What is the issue with Melon anyway? Like, does for some reason it doesn't connect to your mic or your camera?
I don't know. I think it's because it's a web-based application, so I think that there's some kinds of like connection issues, like I don't know, something that your browser's
Yeah,
got.
but this seemed to not happen that often on StreamYard. I never had this. Like, people just jump in and out on StreamYard like nothing. It seems like Melon, when it comes to Melon, like a lot of people have issues.
I don't know. It depends if the drivers that they're using to actually run this app is actually up to date or something.
Right.
It's not configured well with Windows or whatever browser you're using, because we're just assuming we're all using the same browser. Someone could be using Firefox or Edge and it could have certain problems. So it's got certain user cases, I guess.
What I think is it seems to be the people who don't use it that often, maybe somehow it like forgets your settings or something. Maybe somehow it blocks you, or like, when if you first try to use it, it asks you, do you want to allow like your setting? I don't know.
You
Maker,
mean
you got anything?
The cookies and stuff like that? Maybe people are deleting their cache and cookies, and it's just all of them.
Something. So the people who have issues coming on, then those are the people that's probably watching a lot of porn with their devices. So they probably be deleting their cookies all the time.
Yeah, I've never had no problems with my stuff because I don't infect my PC with random extension. No, I'm not just talking about porn. I'm talking about other stuff as well, like downloading extensions, downloading fake software, downloading this. There's loads of stuff. There's loads of stuff to get malware, which
Yeah, not a problem, Jared. Man, what about you, Maker? Any reason why you think Melon does this specifically?
I'm not sure. I usually have issues, but I think it's a conflict with my app and my PC.
I don't know. Anyways, all right. So I think that's all I really got to say, man. I just think the Stadia 1000 was a cool event. Kudos to all the people who actually won a free game. So that's good for them. And it was cool stuff.
I was really impressed with the lineup that people wanted. Actually, once they won, they were like, "Oh, I want Saints Row, I want FIFA." There was some people who chose games that was already out, and I'm like, "Wow!"
Right?
People are hyped for them pre-orders.
Well, man, go ahead, Maker.
I was gonna say I think they should do more events that aren't necessarily like time based. Do like a Halloween event, and where like streamers will dress up in Halloween outfits. I would love to have like a special community event like that.
Well, the best costume, like what you see like in Comic-Con, where people dress up and.
That's a cool one.
Yeah, exactly. Like do stuff like that. Or
don't say that. Cowboy's gonna dress up as Chucky. He's gonna have ginger hair coming out of his head.
Yeah, well, what's funny with that? I watched the Chucky season, right? And he said some of the craziest stuff, and this was on television, right? USA Network. And I'm like, they allow him to say that? So I kept hearing him say crazy stuff. I was like, I gotta clip that. But I am a big fan of Friday the 13th. So what many of you guys don't know is before I got into Stadia on PlayStation, every Friday the 13th, I played the Friday the 13th game and I dressed up as Jason. So Jason is my favorite. So that's actually what I did every single Friday the 13th. But this past Friday the 13th this year, I didn't have PlayStation Plus anymore because I had canceled it. So when my friends was like, "Oh, you playing today?" I was like, "Bro, I don't play PlayStation no more." But now I can. So
last stream, I actually came on stream to someone's panel with the what's that Korean death game called? Orange Jumpsuit Matters. Squid Games.
Okay.
So I've actually still got a Squid Games mask and stuff like that, and floating around.
Oh wow! So Primo said he won a game. Primo, which game did you win? And Primo also said that would be cool. A Stadia costumes creators costume contest. I like that. Content creators costume contest. This SCCCC. And then Rudig said his wife was born on a Friday the 13th. So here's what's funny. My birthday is the 13th. So every so often, my birthday is on Friday the 13th. Good stuff. Mostly Martinez said he won a game. What games did you guys win, if you guys don't mind? That's action. I'm working with Jack for Sakura. Nice. Nice. So, anyways, I think it's time to get into this story about PlayStation and Xbox. So let me pull those things off. We could. Oh wait, you know what? Before I do that, let's do this. Let me go back. My friend was cool. He gave me this news article thing, right? So let me just browse through a couple stories. Let me see. Gotham Knights, Warner Brother Games, Montreal is making way to many boring choices. And nobody cares about that. Pac-Man World, nobody cares about that. Unless you guys see a story you want me to talk about. Xbox Series X, $100 cheaper for college students. Okay, that's cool. Let me see. A look at Army Henning, one of gaming's most influential women. Let's see. Sega has high expectations for Sonic Frontier. No plans to delay the game. Do you guys, anybody is excited for Sonic Frontier? Do you guys see the trailer of it? The little video?
I was initially excited for it, but then when I seen the trailer, I was like, I'll hold off until it sort of cooks in the oven a little bit longer, should I say?
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard, like, because I've watched videos of people who have had like hands-on experience with the title, and they actually talked about there are specific areas that, like, it gets instance that you can, like, that's better. They said it's better than the open world sections. But, yeah,
okay,
that's what I heard.
Will you guys have any thoughts of Pac-Man World? Oh, go ahead.
But Cowboy, don't speak ill of Sonic, because he'll have to come on stream. I'm a winner, and you know what they say about hey, it's Sonic. My nephew's birthday. He's 5 next week. He's a big, huge Sonic fan, so I got him like a sort of Sonic plushie for his birthday. So,
you know what's crazy? My granddaughter is 5, and she's big into Sonic too. So when she sees me, she's like, "G-Pop, let's race!"
So,
did you know that Sonic? I think it's Sonic 2 is like the highest grossing video game movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so.
You know what's crazy? I didn't care for Sonic 2 as much as Part 1.
No, I did love the Sonic movies. I laughed. And what was so cool is I seen what was coming. So when I took my family to see it, they were like, "Wow, you know what's happening? You're cool." I'm like, "Yeah, 30 years of knowledge in this head about Sonic." So,
let me ask you guys about this, right? So they made sure they spelled out that Pac-Man World, Pac-Man World Repack will run at 4K 60 on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. So, do you guys think every game going forward should be 4K 60? Is that a thing?
No, I think, once again, I used to be in that idea of resolution, but I feel like it's totally up to the developers how they can actually squeeze and optimize a game for the best experience on a platform. So I feel like up to a certain percentage is great, and I'll take that.
I just think it's unrealistic to hit the 4K 60 on the higher quality, like the AAA titles, because the more you pack into a game, the harder it's going to be to render all of it at 4K.
That's a good point, man. Guys, let me go around the room. Sonic over Mario. Who you got, Holt? Sonic or Mario? If you had to choose one.
Well, see, this is the problem. Is it talking about the characters, Sonic versus Mario, or are we talking about the world?
Well, so here's what I want to do. I'm not going to say them fighting each other. I'm just going to say
because Yoshi's my best character in the Mario franchise, and Knuckles is my best in Sonic. So I can't pick the two. But
if you had to,
I love Mario games because, like, you know, the 2D, the 3D, the plumbing game, the Sunshine, so it's just called Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, Odyssey. Mario sort of evolved into all these open worlds of different things to do. Where, like, this is what I think Sonic's going to do with Frontiers. They're going to open it up, then just doing loop-de-loops and fast speeds. So I feel like Mario's evolved faster than the traditional Sonic games.
I can agree on that. I think as characters, though, I would say I put Sonic over Mario, but in terms of like game quality, Mario has always been pretty consistent, and whereas like Sonic has just kind of been all over the place. And I love Sonic. Sonic was actually one of the first games I've ever played. Like, I had a Sega Genesis, and Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 were the GOATs.
You know what? I agree. Everything you just said, I agree. FCAT, Sonic or Mario?
Probably Mario.
Okay, nice. You go, why?
Wasn't too big on Sonic games.
Okay, fair enough. So Lion said we will see 4K 60 and AAA games as a standard towards the end of the generation once we stop getting cross-gen games. I listen, that makes a lot of sense, and I hope that will be the case. But then again, I mean, well, no, I do hope that. I got to be honest. If we're gonna talking next gen, and we're talking pushing gaming, right? Then why not start making a lot of things look great? Now, yes, there's still going to be devices that can't run these things, but it's time to step it up, I guess. Eventually, you know, I would say in the next 3 years, I would like for like a standard game to be like 4K.
Bloody hell, 3 years is a long way off, isn't it? To actually, I expected it faster in the past, but then I realised my expectations was, you know, led by the marketing gimmick and all that. So I feel like focus on optimizing 1080 to the best it can ever be, then 1440, then something in between before we ever get to 4K. Because even when the marketing now is saying get 8K, and it's like, nah, we need to dial back on all these advancements before we can actually get the best ever maximum experience.
Well, I just don't see all the AAA games hitting that full 4K 60. I think it's going to be a dynamic resolution as it usually is, and unless they do some AI upscaling with the FSR or something of that nature with the AMD cards that they have in the PlayStation 5 and Series X. So like because I feel like a lot of people underestimate like 4K 60, like at how much power you need to run it at like high settings and stuff of that nature. So, yeah.
All right, well, let me do this, guys. Let's bring in my man who this is his second day. Today was his second day doing his second stream. A guy who was in my wedding. I was in his wedding. Obi Rose Kenobi. My man, what's going on?
What's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, man.
Good to have you back.
Thank you. I kind of had to jump into this. I was listening to the whole thing. Guys, what is y'all beef with the...
Lord, work with me.
Hey, listen. It is what it is. But let me do this real quick, Chris, just to get them in there. My man, Chariot Man Gaming is back. Let me see if I can hear you, Chariot. Let's see if we hear you. Chariot Man, you there?
It's showing his connection's really bad right now.
Oh, he might be like at work or something. Okay. Well, Rose, as Chariot is getting it together, where's the connections at? See, Maker, I didn't even notice that. Where did he show the connection on here?
Up by his microphone. I see 0 bars.
Oh, I see it. Where everybody. Okay, got you. Yep, that might be an issue. But we can hear FCAT, and his thing don't look like it's up either.
I'm here.
Yeah. All right. Rose, but go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Talk about the DualSense, man.
Listen, I like the DualSense. I gotta say, I understand you guys really did make valid points. I've never heard it explained like that, so I understand why you would not like it. But I like the idea of the whole pushback on a controller. I don't know. I just think it's kind of cool. Especially like in Elden Ring in a sense, or even in a shooting game where you push it and it kind of almost feels like, to me, and I don't shoot guns, but it feels like that's what a gun would feel like, I guess. I know that's probably way far off from it, but I just think it's a really cool thing. It's like, hey, you know what? It's a little gimmick, I guess, you know? I'm paying to be entertained, and now my fingers are entertained too. But I don't like the fact that I got to update the controller. That is like the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, we're updating controllers now? It's cool.
Technology, man.
As someone who shot a gun, I will tell you it does not feel like shooting a gun at all.
Well, I haven't yet to play a gun game on the PlayStation 5 that feels like that, because I shot a gun before too. But let me ask you guys this. So, are any of you guys into Multiverse? Anybody's playing this?
Yeah. I'm playing it. Not playing it good, but I'm playing it.
Okay. What's your thoughts?
I think it's amazing. I like the idea of I guess Smash Brothers type brawl game. I don't think I'm gonna like when they start to release other characters, because I feel like they're gonna make you pay for it, but I get it. I also feel like this can be a lot of fun if you really know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're probably not gonna like it. You know, like I think Superman like has this invincible. It might have already been nerfed, but like it's pretty simple. You just like shoot the guy out with a beam, and then you fly out there and you punch him out to make sure like he doesn't get back in the ring or something like that. So it's like if you don't know how to get around that, you're kind of really not going to have fun. But that's just what I think. I think it's going to be I think it's good. I think it's fun. It's harmless, but then you can really get dropped in it as well. So
go ahead, Maker.
Concerning the characters, I did want to mention they rotate 4 characters every week, I believe. So they'll rotate out the different characters you can play as for free. But if you've unlocked a character, you can play it however you want. I've also messed around with local play. Local play allows you to play any of the characters without having to unlock them, which is awesome. I like that you can play with your buddies without having to unlock the characters.
That's cool.
But yeah, I do think like the unlocking part takes too long, because I think you only get like maybe 18 to 30 coins a match, and it costs like between 1,500 to 3,000 coins to unlock a character. You do get bonuses, like when you level up, you get 100 coins, or you get specific items. So there are ways to get extra coins. It's just it feels like it takes a while, unless you're like constantly playing.
All right, so hot take. All right, hot take. This Smash Brothers, Brawlhalla, PlayStation All-Stars, the Nickelodeon game, the SpongeBob. No, that is Nickelodeon games. The Lego. They got a Lego beat 'em up, whatever you want to call it. This ain't even beat 'em up. Hot take. These are not fighting games to me. This is a party game. This is no. When Smash Brothers came out, I was like, okay, cool. Nintendo got like a little, different, like a 2D party game. So, I was on TK9 stream last night while watching, and I was writing. They had a conversation about this, and I feel like hardcore gamers like this game and made it more hardcore. They'll always figure out a way to beat other people and string together moves, but I don't look at this as a legit fighting game. So that's my hot take. I did try it just to try it. I had Superman. My wife had Harley Quinn, and we had one match, and I was like, I'm deleting it. But I did get into PlayStation All-Stars a little bit because I at least knew the characters. So that was the game I played the most. Valhalla I played a little bit because they had werewolves and all that nonsense. But I don't put much time into these games. That's my thing. Hope anything? Or go ahead, Amiga.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I personally do consider it a fighting game because there's a lot of technical aspects of it that are very similar to other fighting games. There's like there's counters, there's ways to like dodge, like you get 2 dodges, mid-air dodges compared to Smash's 1, two up air specials while you're midair, and so there's like specific technicalities of it that if you want to be good at this, you have to learn the characters, you have to learn the move sets, you have to do everything that you have to do in most other fighting games, and that's where I would say it is a fighting game, but it's also more of a kind of a party fighting game.
Yeah, I see it. I see it definitely as a party game, and when people sit there and say, it's like it's not meant to be serious. It's not meant to be like a Street Fighter, and they know that, and it does fall in the fighting genre. That's like someone saying like, I don't like racing games because it's an arcade game. It's still a racing game. It's just a different type subgenre of racing, should I say? Simulation, arcade, blah blah blah. So I feel like this is a fighting game for some people. And speaking about fighting games, I love the idea that Street Fighter 6 now is going to offer a different playing style to offer more of a laid back, less serious as a fighter. But to me, I see that as a win for everyone because it'll cater to hardcore fans, casual, new to the series and stuff like that. So I feel it's better to give all these features and still classify it as a fighting game.
I think that Street Fighter 6 is going to change the game with the announcer. I'm not going to hold you. I think that is going to be the game changer, especially if like they can incorporate some type of comedy where the announcer is just like super funny as you're losing, and more serious or even more hyped or more fanboyish of whatever character as you're doing better. I think it's going to work out well. But Street Fighter 6 is looking very amazing. I'm excited for that, man.
All right, so before I get to this, our main thing, right? Upcoming PS5 games 2022 and beyond. And also, one last time, I want to give credit to my guy, Lethal, that's in the chat. He actually shared this link with me, over a month now. And this is probably like maybe the 3rd or 4th time I used it. But I think it's kind of cool, a little icebreaker that we could just look at a couple different stories that's up on the screen, something to talk about, break it up a little bit. But it says upcoming PS5 games 2022 and beyond. What are the upcoming PS5 games? We know the new generation of consoles have been around for a little while now, but the global pandemic that has been going on has pushed a lot of games back. So, as players, we've not really had too many latest or true next-gen games. However, that's starting to change. And we have a list of upcoming PS5 games you need to keep your eyes on. So let's just see this list that they speak of. Let me make sure when I clicked on it, did it change?
No game comes to my mind for the PlayStation 5 in 2022 anymore. Because like God of War's cross-gen, isn't it? And stuff like that. Right. So I don't feel there's anything to hype up the PlayStation because you can be really happy with the PlayStation 4 versions.
No, that is true. So let's see. And I'm with you. Like, I feel like if it's on both, then I don't really look at it. But upcoming PS5 games 2022 and beyond. Let's see. I want to see a list. Let's see.
I don't think Hogwarts is going to be on PlayStation 4. I'm actually looking forward to that.
Here we go. So we got August. So Roller Drome, right? With an R. Yeah, Roller Drome. I thought it was Dome at first.
That's
anyway.
a game that I want.
Yeah, it's like you're rollerblading and jumping and shooting guns. Way of the Hunter. Way of the Hunter.
Roller champions with guns.
Yeah, I mean that does look kind of cool. Curse to Golf. Madden NFL 23, Saints Row. Let's see, Earth Defense Force 6, Pac-Man World Repack, Soul Hackers 2, Destroy All Humans 2, F1 Manager 2022, Inscription. Now, does any of the August games, any of you guys excited for any of these?
Nope. Not at all.
Nope.
Not for me. Sorry.
Besides really. FCAT and the roller drone. Okay. September. Let's look a little bit bigger. The Lord of the Rings, Gollum, Lego Brawls. Oh, that's the Lego Mario Party type game. The Last of Us Part 1, Biomutant, which is funny, Biomutant, but which has been out for almost a year now. But no,
it's for the Switch, isn't it?
No, that came out. That was on GFN.
No, but it's for the Switch. That release is for the Switch and PlayStation 5 and stuff like that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, right. Well, I'm just saying it's funny that it's been out for a long time. But Disney Dream Light Valley, Temtem, what is that? Still Rising, Izzo is whatever. You guys are reading it. Let's see. I'm gonna mess with. Oh, they got a Metal Hellsinger. Evil West. Evil West looks cool. Solstice, the Diofield Chronicle, Tunic, Valkyrie, Elysium, and Paw Patrol Grand Prix. Any of these games?
I want to make a correction here because it's actually incorrect with Evil West. Evil West recently got delayed to November 22nd. So it's not coming out in September anymore.
That does look cool, though, right? That game does look kind of cool.
Yeah, it does look pretty fun.
Isn't that a Devolver game?
It's the same team as the Shadow Warrior games.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you guys this. Oh, go ahead, Maker.
I'm looking forward to that Lord of the Rings game. I can tell you that. But before I buy it, I'm hoping that's one of those things where on PlayStation you can do the a trial because.
Probably will.
I just want to make sure it's worth the money.
So I'll say this. I'll just go real quick. I would want to play the Gollum. I would want to play. Obviously, I'm gonna play and beat Last of Us Part 1. I'll probably play Biomutants. Let's see. Evil West, and that's it. But you guys remember, and when people say this, I just gotta be honest. You guys know me, man. I'm a GameFly guy, so I'm going to be able to play these games because I'm just going to rent them, whether I beat them or not, and send them back, so I'll get to check them out. But any of these games you guys are interested in? I know, Chris, you are.
For me, Steel Rising, which is kind of like a steampunk, like Souls-like game, I'm somewhat interested in that just because of the aesthetic, and it's a Souls-like. Metal Hellsinger, which is a rhythm game, but with like a lot of rock music. And like you're killing
it's like
demons.
Doom.
Yeah, I think like
Doom
with
rock
music and rhythms. Yeah. So you want to hit on the rhythm to kill the demons, and it has like I know I think Evanescence has a song in it, and a couple other like pretty famous.
Hold on, Maker. My favorite Maker. Hold on, let's pause real quick. My favorite band is Evanescence.
I met them really.
I'm not sure exactly like all the bands that are in it, but it's a lot of rock bands, and it seems pretty fun and cool. I played the demo when it dropped over the summer, and then
well, I seen a trailer of it. The graphics is kind of like a little big head character, though, right? They kind of look like the Curse of Isaac or something like that, right?
No. That's not it.
Oh, okay.
It's very Doom-like. So if you look at like Doom style demons and stuff of that nature.
Okay. Holtz, any of these games or any more Maker? I just want to kind of get through the list.
Valkyrie Elysium. It's a Square Enix title with a lot of like Norse mythology, which I really like Norse stuff. So that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same as Maker. Valkyrie Elysium is one that I'm looking forward to. I don't know if I'll be buying it on PlayStation 5. Paw Patrol Grand Prix, one's for the kids in the family. Last of Us, I might pick that up when it goes cheaper. And yeah, definitely Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Nice.
But I'm like Chariot Man. I'm not risking full price unless I start seeing reviews or people saying, yeah, you need to get it.
Speaking of Devolver, that little ad you had a little while ago, Cowboy, about Cult of the Lamb, that game is getting a lot of talk about and hype right now.
Nice. So October says Overwatch 2, WRC Generations, A Plague's Tale, Requiem, Persona 5 Royale, Gotham Knights, Star Ocean, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Resident Evil Village Winter Expansion. I thought Gotham Knights was in November, but anyway. So what do you guys think about this list?
Good thing Overwatch is free.
So here's what's crazy. Whether Gotham Knights is good or whether Gotham Knights is bad, I'm going to end up buying it. I'm very invested into Batman. And it sucks because when Batman sucks, I got to eat it. And then, but when Batman is great, everybody's like, oh my God, Batman is so great. And I'm like, I've been telling you that. But like, people don't get it. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to be getting that Gotham Knights. That I know for a fact. That's definitely happened. If I end up getting Village, if I can get Village on a deal, then I'll probably do the winter expansion. But I'll probably be waiting for that to hit on a deal as well.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Overwatch 2 and Modern Warfare 2.
Holtz?
I'm a big Square Enix person, RPG, so I won't say no to Star Ocean. So that'll be something. Modern Warfare 2, you know, I loved the franchise in the past. I've not really been a big COD gamer over the years, but I feel like because I like these characters and Modern Warfare, I feel like this could be the game that brings me back into the sort of COD franchise.
Nice.
And there was another one that I just totally forgot before, but it was a RPG as well.
They're still on the screen.
But and I thought to myself, why Persona 5 Royal? I thought that was already on PlayStation 5.
I think it's like for PlayStation 5. They're updating it for.
Oh, the patch.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Maker?
Overwatch 2, I'm definitely going to give a shot. Plague Tale Requiem, I know it's coming to Game Pass, and I enjoyed the first one. Going to check that out. Gotham Knights, I am tentative. I'll see what the reviews are. If I'm probably going to pick it up regardless. Just if it's bad reviews, it's probably going to be later on sale. Whereas, you know, if it's good reviews, I'll grab it. And then Modern Warfare 2, depending on reviews. You know, if it's really good, I'll get it.
Was Cowabunga Collection on this list?
I don't see it yet.
I thought that comes out at the end of this month, right?
It does.
The end of this month.
It does.
Okay. Resident Evil, I'm getting the expansion because I already got the game, so I definitely want to get that. And I beat Resident Evil on Sunday, guys. I played for 6 hours and 48 minutes, and I finally ended it. And I'm going to play it again when it comes out because my wife and I, we play Resident Evil games together, but she doesn't like first person, so they're going to add a third person mode, so that'd be pretty cool. Nothing else I will actually buy, but I will GameFly the Gotham game. and that's probably about it.
Well, I wasn't paying attention for that DLC for Resident Evil Village, but when you mentioned it in Discord, I was like, yes, here's the time for me to be totally badass, because I'm not really good at first-person shooters. I sort of panic too much, and I don't really see my surroundings. So when I'm in a third-person perspective, I feel like I've got a better field of view, and I can sort of navigate better, should I say. So I'm definitely going to jump back into Village and finish it with that third
And here's what's cool that they said that I don't know if it's going to be like included with this or not, but Resident Evil Reverse will come out that same day, which is October 28th. So that's kind of cool that they confirmed Reverse will be coming out. It's a multiplayer game or multiplayer mode. I know they said anybody who purchased Village will get it included. So that's cool. But they got mercenary missions, which is going to have the daughter when she's grown up. Rose is 18. They're going to have the vampire chick. You could be her. They're going to have the dude with the big hammer. You could be him. And you could be Chris. So it's coming with a bunch of stuff along with third-person mode. So that's going to be kind of cool.
So there you go. So if the fast forward their character age to 18, that means that she lives in future stories, doesn't she?
Maybe. So. Yeah. Well, this is, she was a baby in the game. So it's just like a take on her being 18 years old. But all right, so November, we got Humankind, Skull and Bones, God of War Ragnarok. So I'm just going to say this. Don't care about Skull and Bones, Humankind, but God of War Ragnarok, I will be paying cash money simply because I don't want the story to be ruined. And it's funny because I don't think I want to buy it to own it because I feel like I'm going to beat it and not play it again. But I'm going to pay my $70 or whatever it costs so the story don't get ruined. And I'm probably going to take the day off and play all day. So,
You read my mind. I'm probably taking a day off to play it as well.
Oh no! If you two are taking days off, I'm taking a day off as well because
hey, let's do it.
I don't want to hear Macon and Cowboy talking behind the scenes, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I think I'm gonna take the day off. I'm gonna try not to conflict with anybody else's stream. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna stream it just right from the rip. Like, let's just jump in, see me make all the mistakes, hear me button mash. Watch me go wild, like we're going to see what's going to happen. But it seems like God of War I think that's the big one everybody's waiting for.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't mess it up, man. Like,
I don't mess with God of War or anything. But I do expect between that November-December lineup, the X-Defiant would probably come out.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see Obi Rose and Maker being pure badass on God of War, and there's me and Cowboy on story mode, simple button presses, just progressing simply like, yeah.
Well, I do have one downside because I got the Jotun edition for God of War, so I have to wait till it arrives. And then I can play it so that, like, probably that evening I'll be playing it, and then I'm taking the next day off that I can.
Well, one of my problems is I buy games digitally, and of late they're not releasing that zero at 1 minute past 12. They're actually waiting for the world to catch up and actually doing a general release, which sometimes it's later in my day. Sometimes, so I hope they don't do that and they actually just release that at 1 minute past 12. Just so I'm pure binge player.
Well, I'll tell you guys this: when Marvel Avengers had the Black Panther update, I played for 14 hours straight. So just know I'm gonna be playing God of War all day.
So
that's a long time.
No, Mom, get that.
I've been like, oh my head.
Listen, when Destiny 2 came out, I played for 24 hours straight, a little more than 24 hours. That's how much of a fan I was. Not to mention, that day I went to the store before the midnight release. I bought a 70-inch 4K TV and a PlayStation 4 Pro just to play Destiny that night.
Yeah, I'm looking in the chat right now, and Lethal saying we should all take the day off, and I think somebody else said that. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way that we can all take the day off, get in a stream, and all like stream the game while playing it. Like, it'd be just a mess.
I don't want someone to randomly be like, "Oh, I killed Odin," and I'm like,
yeah, right. They're like, bro, shut up.
Yeah, it's like, how that person doesn't come on your stream anymore? He ruined God of War 2. But I've got a funny story. I was in years ago. I was in a line for Call of Duty, midnight line, and there was a dad and kid in front of me, and they were going. And I was speaking to the dad, and he went, "Yeah, I'm going to keep my son off. He's not going to school. Don't tell the teachers." And I said to him, "Well, I'm a teacher as well. Just don't tell the headmaster that I'm not coming in either." And then the whole line started telling stories. The bus driver was not going in any, and we were all just skiving off work. And I feel like that's what we're all going to do.
Yeah, man. I was always a big fan of the wrestling games, and it was. I mean, years and years ago, when my son was still in school, I had let him and my stepson take off so we could all play the game together all day. It was crazy. But anyway, guys, let's get to December real quick. So December, we got the Callisto Protocol and Hello Neighbor 2. So definitely, I will be playing the Callisto Protocol.
What is that about?
Oh man, it looks like Dead Space.
It's
pretty much
from the Dead Space creator. So yeah, it's
a spiritual successor to Dead Space.
Pretty much.
I'm
Any of you guys with these two?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll still be playing God of War, either trying to make my character so OP or just frustrated because I'm looking for feathers and I'm not going to scream right now, but that burns me to the core, okay?
I'll say this, Chris. Do you know right now, I think, a month ago, they said Callisto Protocol was the #1 most wanted game?
Yeah, I disagree with you. And whoever said that. I don't believe it.
Yeah, but you never seen the trailer, right?
I don't believe it.
You never seen the trailer, right?
It doesn't matter.
The summer showcase, that was definitely one of the biggest that they showed. It like graphically it looks
really
and it has that whole like gory, gruesome like look. Like the enemies look nasty and vile. It's like a great horror looking game. And
it is a horror. It is a horror game.
Yeah.
Well, you know, around here, Maker, we can't just talk about it, right? We're gonna have to actually show it. So I'm gonna take the liberty to pull up the trailer for Chris.
Take the liberty to cause me to wet the bed tonight. So this is one thing, I don't really do horror video games. Me and horror don't mesh well. So
you might not like it. But I believe you anyway.
That is weird because I got through Bloodborne, but there were like certain parts in like Elden Ring, for instance, the giant fingers, I can't see them. Like I literally scream. Oh, trailer's on. Let me shut up.
All right, so let me just play the trailer.
Take a look outside. Did you know that they call Callisto the Dead Moon? Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. So whatever you're holding on to right there.
Oh, yeah, hell no.
That's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands. I'm just trying to give you a chance at rebirth. I just love that last part.
Not me. Oh, hell no. Yo, I'm not playing this.
It gives me chills every time.
Yeah. No, there is nothing wrong. No, I'm good. My house is exactly where it's at, right here in front of this computer. Nope. Nope. I don't. Nope.
Nope.
So,
I want it because I'm a totally different type of gamer. I'm really scared of horror games, and I don't like aliens, but I love scaring myself like a good hour. I love putting my headphones on, sitting in the dark, progressing really slow, and when I see like freaky stuff, it gets the heart racing, and then I wimp out in time. But I slowly like that that fear factor these type of horror games give me, that I always come back for more. But like I said, I really hate horror, but that's the point. It's meant to give you that emotion that we're not used to on a daily basis. So
yeah, man.
I will buy.
So the thing with me is sometimes horror games they'll consider like an explosion or just a jump scare as horror. Nowadays or.
I agree with that. I think a really good horror game has really good atmosphere, and it's not necessarily about those jump scares. It's about giving you that eerie feeling and not knowing what's around the corner type vibe.
Well,
I mean, the trailer looked legit. I mean, it looked legit.
Oh yeah.
The best ever moment I've ever had in horror is Dead Space 2 when you see the Ishimura again, right? And I was just there in fear, staring at it, remembering all the trauma that I went through in Dead Space 1. So that's what I love, especially in horror franchises, where it sort of connects to the moments. Like, you go, remember the first time you ever seen a hunter in Resident Evil or a liquor?
Yeah, man.
It's always, it always brings back that fear.
I didn't sleep for 3 days after seeing the first liquor. And I want you to know, I didn't play any other game horror-wise pretty much after that. Like, it scared the life out of me.
But you see, I'm the guy that takes a few steps forward, then I take double back, and I'm always checking the corners. What was that? And there could be no one there, but it's the fear aspect that heightens my adrenaline.
That suspense is just like, like my heart is literally, like I said, and I understand like Elden Ring is not like a horror game, but the thought of like the finger things falling on me, like I don't come at anybody for what they do. I don't curse much. I do curse, but I don't curse much. And like I was literally in the middle of playing, and my wife was on the phone with her boss, and I didn't even know. And I ran over like the trap, and I was like, "Holy effing shit!" And I like lost my cool, and like it was like the craziest thing ever. And her boss was like, "Yo, what?" Like I did not explore the mountains up of the Giants because of that. Like it just, I can't deal with the heart just pounding like that.
I love it, man. But let me do this. Let me run through these upcoming games. I'm just gonna read them real quick. It says new PlayStation 5 games and beyond. These may and may not come. Who knows?
Oh, Cobra Kai 2?
Disney's Speedstorm, Instinction, Cobra Kai. That's crazy. Season, A Letter to the Future. Okay. The Dark Pictures, The Devil in Me. Ooh, that might be crazy. Hogwarts Legacy. Let me get this up screen. Let me see.
Hogwarts, we know, got delayed to February of next year.
Okay.
Did it really?
Yep.
Sonic's Frontiers, The Witcher 3. So I guess they remastering that. Wanted
I've never played The Witcher. So The Witcher 3, if you're saying that's a remaster, that it's going to be the full game?
Yeah.
I mean,
so I'm finally going to get to spend all 9 million hours playing this game that everybody talked about. That's cool.
Atari 50, Crisis Core, which looks pretty cool. Arc Raiders looks pretty cool. Avatar got delayed for a minute, so that's not coming out this year. Blood Bowl 3, Die by the Blade, Ghostbusters, God of War Ragnarok. Let's see, Little Devil Inside Me. I know people look for that. Marvel's Midnight the Suns, which is a card game. Multiverse is out already. Nakura Blade Point. Oh, okay, so that's coming to PlayStation. That's cool. One Piece Odyssey. What is that? Oxenfree 2. Okay. UFL release for Spoken. I'm looking forward to that. Clash Artifacts of Chaos. Hogwarts Legacy. Didn't we read that already?
Yeah, some of these we've seen. Okay. I feel like they don't update
the same list. This is in the same list. All right. That make me want to just stop reading now. Resident Evil 4 remake. Add in Infinitum. Mado. what is this? Eternal Nights, Layers of Fear, Wulong, RoboCop. And so now, though RoboCop is a VR game, so I think some of these are. It is VR, right? I mean, well, Mr. Urbanworld told me about
RoboCop's
RoboCop's like a point and shoot.
Okay, so all right.
Kind of like House of Dead.
Okay, Final Fantasy 16, Alan Wake 2, Aliens, Dark Descent. Let's see, Crown Wars, Diablo 4, Gangs of Sherwood. What is that? Helena, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Oh yeah, because the new Spider-Man. Okay, Mega Man Battle Network. Oh, a new Mega Man game. That's cool. Paradise Project, Persona 3, Portable, Persona 4 Golden, Street Fighter 6. Let's see, Suicide Squad. That actually looks kind of good. Super Bomberman R2, Test Drive Ultimate, Solar Crown, Dragon Age, Dreadwolf, Kingdom Hearts 4, Marvel's Wolverine. What's this? Ravens Watch, Skate, and Star Wars Eclipse. So, interesting. There's some games coming.
Yeah, it seems like we're gonna have a fun 2023, especially with at least for me, that Spider-Man 2, and that's gonna be fun. That Guardians does look good too. I'm sorry, not Guardian, Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
they didn't mention Star Wars Jedi Survivor is supposed to come out next year as well.
Is it the Star Wars the Knights of the Old Republic coming out next year too?
No. It got severely delayed. It's on an indefinite hold right now.
Oh,
yeah.
All I'm gonna say is Square Enix, take my money. Final Fantasy 7 Core Crisis, Final Fantasy 16, take that. Kingdom Hearts 4, just have it, Square Enix. Here's me wallet in advance. Just give me them games.
Next year's going to be insane if you think about like just gaming in general. You've got Breath of the Wild 2, you have Starfield on Xbox's side,
Dragon Age, but where we're going to find the time to finish these games? They're going to be hundreds of hours each game.
RE4 remake.
To see more of.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. Here's what's cool for me is there's a lot. See, this is how I do it. There's games that I just like have to play, like God of War, right? But there's games like RE4 remake. Like I didn't play the RE2 and 3 remake for like 4 years after it was out. It's some games that I could put on the back burner because I got this thing called GameFly. So at some point, I'll play all these games. It's just eventually when I get around to them. That's what I'm gonna do. But all right, guys, you ready to get into it? So, one last thing I want to highlight is my man, Mostly Martinez. See, that's why I like him. He said Resistance franchise he loved. That's one of my favorite franchises. Nathan Hale was my guy. Sadly, they killed him at the end of part 2. Sorry if I ruined this for you guys. And they went with Chipotle. What's his name again? I forgot the dude. But anyway, guys, we're taking the socks off because we're getting into the final topic. Unless we bring up anything else, taking the socks off. I don't know how crazy this is going to go. If any Xbox people are watching, but we're going to get in there. So before we do that, let's just have fun. Throw our shots if we want, but the referee has to jump in here before we get started. So let's do it.
You're a winner. And you know what winners say. Fuck the losers who can't take a joke. Man the fuck up.
All right, man. You heard Chucky. He said man up. Now, I didn't pull the article. So hear me out before anybody like, whoa. I didn't pull the article. I watched the video. I watched this guy videos just because he always covered the news. That's just all he does, right? And I was like, damn, I didn't hear about this. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to play the video of him explaining the story. And I'm going to be petty because, about the console wars. Go ahead.
So this whole thing is pretty much the general breakdown of what's being said in the Brazilian court.
I'm about to get off that.
About Xbox and PlayStation.
So FCAT, he's definitely not doing what you do, all right? When you just send me some nonsense stories. But I'm just gonna press play and we're gonna get into it.
I'm just saying where it's all originated from. It's from
hey Chris, you can just mute yourself if you're talking in the background on it. All right, I'm gonna mute Obi Rose. All right. What you say, FCAT? You pretty much saying what?
I'm pretty much saying that where this is coming from what was taken from the Brazilian courts.
Correct.
Between Xbox and PlayStation.
Correct. You are correct. So Chris, you could just unmute yourself. Let me unmute you for you.
I was.
Here you go.
I have ran downstairs. I was actually about to bounce out the chat because I got to go spend some time with the family. But
yeah. All right. So listen to this real quick. So Chris, listen to this before you go. Are you guys ready? So I'm gonna play the clip where the guy explained what's going on in the story and explained what Microsoft said. And I just thought it was interesting. And I'm surprised fanboys didn't jump on this any earlier. So I guess it's showing that I'm the biggest fanboy. But anyway, let's do it.
From Kojima. Now diving into the second story of the video, Xbox can't compete. So recently during the Activision Xbox buyout investigation process, the courts, we had Sony and Microsoft throwing comments into the ring against and for the buyout. This information comes from the Brazilian courts, so multiple sites are translating different parts of the conversation, focusing on the piece where Xbox states they can't compete with Sony. Reading from Eurogamer, interestingly, the legal paperwork also gives us insight into Microsoft's own perceived market position and its desire to push the game-centric Xbox Game Pass rather than compete directly against Sony's new-gen hardware, refuting claims that the inclusion of Activision Blizzard content in the Xbox Game Pass catalog would represent a tipping point in the market. Microsoft also details its deliberate decision to move away from a strategy of a device-centric business towards a more consumer-centric or gamer-centric service like its subscription. It also specifically uses the term console wars, intimating that due to brand loyalty, Xbox is unlikely to compete successfully with Sony's hardware even in the next current gen cycle, as PlayStation will continue to have a strong market position. So earlier in this article,
that's it. That's all I need to hear. The war's over. You heard it there. Microsoft said they cannot compete. Hey, Chris, let's go.
Listen, it's real. It's real. I'm sorry, and I'm not a diehard Xbox. I'm not a diehard PlayStation, but it is real. When you get people who go to you or flock to you for an exclusive, it doesn't matter what the game. It doesn't matter the system. I want to play what I want to play. If I can't play, everybody's going to be talking about God of War. Everybody was talking about Spider-Man, right? Xbox people still can't play Spider-Man. PC people finally can. Come on, this is Spider-Man. You telling me you got an 8-year-old kid out there, right? Hey, I want an Xbox, but you can't play Spider-Man on it. Sucks for you. Meanwhile, their 8-year-old friend is doing what? Playing Spider-Man. Like, it's Spider-Man. Come on.
Chris, let me jump in there because forget Spider-Man. I just want to elaborate. The man said, reading from the article that I didn't pull up, but he read word for word that Microsoft said they cannot compete. So the fanboy in me just want to say one more time, let's celebrate. The war is over. The console war is over. We won. Chris, we did it.
PlayStation.
We did it.
PlayStation all the way. I know. We here. We in the building. We in the building.
We knew this was going to. That's why I jumped ship.
They can't compete because they just said the fanboy bias of a console. You know, I think Microsoft has done some great things, and what they're to do to actually not be overshadowed again because of fanboy loyalty is to actually evolve and create something that's more than just a console. So to me, when people going, we won the console wars, it's like, yeah, you won a battle, but not the war of gaming. That console trivia war between that was trivia, should I say? It was small. It wasn't what defined gaming because you had a console, right? So I feel like Microsoft admitting we can't compete with consoles and moving on is actually a bigger approach, is a bigger person admitting it. It's not to say to their rivals, should I say, "Oh, you won, we're bowing out." They're evolving with gaming, where I feel like Sony sort of.
On here, man.
I feel like Sony. I feel like so.
I agree with Holtz. Honestly, I mean, just look at.
Holtz.
Yeah. Just look at some of the.
We don't got time for that. Now,
wow.
We don't got time. You ain't gonna mess up our time to shine, maker of chaos and Holtz. We need to shine right now. So let's go. So,
we won the war.
Real quick, FCAT, whose side you on, bro? I need to know. Took too long to answer. So anyway, we need to shine Chris. Let's go, baby.
PlayStation did it. Yeah, PlayStation did it. Yeah, give it up. Give it up for the PS5, the PS4, the PS3, the PS2, the PS1. We did it. We did it.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, this is how I feel for Microsoft.
Oh, man.
This is how I feel for Microsoft right now. All right, with that being said, I'm here all night. All right. Anyways.
Wow, that was definitely supporting grown man's feelings, that was, guys.
Hey, listen, man. Anyway.
Listen, I will say this. You guys are right about correct. You guys are correctly. You guys did mention something. I'm just going to kind of re-paraphrase it. You guys did tell the truth. And what you said was, it's hard to win a war it's hard to win when you have a knife and your opponent has a grenade. And PlayStation had a grenade. They always have. I'm sorry. They've always had the upper hand. They know how to treat their developers. I'm pretty sure that's exactly why Destiny ended up on PlayStation 4. Like, I'm sorry. I think that was the beginning of the end for Microsoft. You let Bungie go, or at least you let Destiny go. And I understand it was released later on, but are you serious? Like,
no, Chris, you said it wrong. You said it wrong.
I say it backwards.
You said you're supposed to say you let the original creators of Halo go. That's what it really comes to. It's all about Halo and who created Halo.
Just saying, that's crazy. Could you
wait there? So a lot of people are saying it's Halo for decades, it's Halo, and then you want me to praise you because you got a studio that made Halo. Get out of here! Come on.
Hold. You guys had Xbox had Sunset Overdrive. They had that in their hit. That was a gem.
But what I'm trying to say is we know how good Halo. We know how good Halo was, for example, liking it. But what I'm trying to say is you can't diss the developer and diss the game, and then when you get the developer, you go, "Oh look, we finally got it." It's like Jay Raven finally going back to PlayStation. It's like, I thought you didn't care, and now you're like, "Oh, we got Jade Raven again."
It's not the same Bungie that made Halo.
Hold on, FCAT, real quick. That's not what Chris didn't say. That Chris didn't brag. That notice, Chris never said Bungie is on PlayStation, right? What he was saying is that they lost Bungie, and I wanted to specify it's not really about Bungie. It's about Halo. Halo is Xbox flagship game. We all could agree. Exactly. So the makers of their it's like your flagship game, right? Like, yeah, they've still been making Halo, but for me, Halo, my favorite Halo was Part 2. So I'm just saying the big part is not that. Forget that Bungie, because Bungie's still making Destiny for everything.
That's the way we're seeing it. They've lost the big titles. So no wonder the PC gamers are like, we've got Last of Us. We've got Spider-Man. We're going to get Uncharted. We've got God of War. And then that's a big loss to PlayStation then.
No. Host. Listen, hear me out, Holtz. Hold up real quick. We're going to do this gaming stuff because I eat it up for breakfast. That ain't no bragging. You can't get God of War 2018 and 2022 and be like, we got God of War. I'm like, man, like, bro, I ain't played that game in 4 years.
That's what I'm trying to say. You can't sort of get Bungie years later than say.
And I never said that's why I wanted.
And I definitely agree with you. And yeah, I'm not saying that either. What I'm saying is, you guys, you let go of what made you, I kind of make this comparison. Oh, this is going to get me in trouble. I'm going to get canceled before I even get started. I make this comparison to Destiny's Child, and I'm going to say it. I always say without the rest of Destiny's Child, Beyonce was nobody. Then Beyonce got big, and what happened to the rest of them? Well, nobody really knows, right? She did well. Xbox kind of did the same thing, except for it was like Manifest Destination in reverse. It didn't work. Like, you let go of your flagship program, Halo. You let that leave. We're not bragging that we got it. We're more in shock and awe, like, wow. And then you get Steve Enterwall and his whole thing with Sunset Overdrive, and people are like, this is crazy, this is cool. And what happens? You lose that, and now it's Spider-Man PS4. And it's like, wow, you guys are just...
Cool. To be fair, Sunset Overdrive was a flop. They did not make up the sales on that title. It reviewed well. Like, it was a great game. I personally, I think it's an amazing game, but it didn't sell well. If I ask people, yo, you ever hear of Sunset Overdrive? Like 9 out of 10, they don't know what
they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, can I real quick do something? I just gotta be an a-hole real quick. Listen, Ellis, we talked last night privately, right? Privately on Facebook. You're my guy. So I'm going to read this real quick. Cowboy always capping for PlayStation. Let's talk about how great PlayStation does its delusional consumers. The cap is strong. So all I want to say is this, F-Man, look, I'm doing that to you. All I want to say is this, Ellis, right? And I don't even got nothing else to say to you. So we're just gonna do this.
You're a winner, and you know what winners say. Fuck the losers who can't take a joke. Man the fuck up.
Hey, Ellis, I'm done. I don't even want to hear nothing out of you. You know why? You last night, my wife for my birthday bought me a PlayStation 5. We could play together. Man, shut the hell up. You can't even ride with the console wars and ride all hard on your damn Xbox horse without the latex, because you know why? You got a PlayStation 5 now. Unless you make a video burning it in the garbage, shut the hell up. You a pony too, because you got one now.
I wanted to bring up the whole like Bungie thing. Like Holtz was saying that developer, what it was then is no longer now. Just the same as Naughty Dog creating Crash Bandicoot is not the Naughty Dog now. Like it's a different beast now.
It's not the same. You lose. Doesn't kind of have to be. Like, I mean, McDonald's, and I'm not coming at you, Maker, but McDonald's isn't the same today as it was in 1960s.
That's
right?
Also
new ownership, new management.
But that's for better or for worse. And to me personally, because Halo like 2 and 3 and Reach were my favorites, Destiny is a far cry game from what the Halo series was. And this is someone who bought Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 on release. They're just not as good.
Well,
I can agree with that.
Destiny did make it leave its mark.
Oh, go ahead, FCat.
I was going to say, Destiny did leave its mark, and it is true, Bungie ain't the same Bungie that made Halo.
But
I kind of laughed that Sony bought Bungie because I was like, oh, greedy.
I do think there's a lot.
Going to buy greedy publisher. They're perfect for each other,
But hold up. I want to say Destiny is selling pretty good, I might add. And isn't Destiny the #2 MMO in the world now?
No, God, no. It's definitely not. No, it's definitely not.
No.
I'm just stuck on the business plan. That's all. I mean, Nintendo never got rid of Mario or Zelda, right? Like, whenever you see when Sega kind of got rid of Sonic, you saw what happened, but they were kind of on their way out. I mean, it's like, yo, I think people would be okay. And they tried to remarket it, I guess, over to Gears. And I'm not hating on Gears, but it's like, yo, I think people would be okay, and excited for Halo 6 or Halo 7. I really think people would be excited for that.
Well, I mean,
listen, Halo's still doing its thing.
Yeah.
It's just that a lot of players of the before Bungie left Halo kind of feel like it's not the same. But people still play. It's not like you're gonna be like, well, Bungie don't make it, but I'm stop playing. They still playing. It's just it has that. It feels like people feel like it's diluted. That's why this Halo Infinite, they try to make it feel more like the back in the day. Why? Because they felt like it got diluted because 405 Studios took over, and people feel like, I mean, you know, I feel like it's hard. I would like to say they need to just make they stamp approval, switch it up drastically, but then I feel like then it wouldn't be Halo. So, but it's still not the Halo you knew and loved because I don't know.
Bungie is known as, you know, the people who make games for consoles or make people switch consoles for a specific game.
Not really. I mean, Destiny's on everything.
See,
right. I mean, in Halo days, they were considered the guys
who
make games for consoles.
Yep. Well, I was an Xbox guy.
Halo was one of like the highest rated trilogies of all time. Like the average Metacritic score is a 95 for the first 3 Halos, which is insane.
Mm-hmm. And what happened, Maker?
Destiny happened.
I was wondering where if the point was going to go past that.
Yeah. But I don't think Bungie's a bad studio. I still think they are really good at gunplay. And that's the one thing that I really enjoyed about the Destiny series. And they do have a lot of potential, and I think it was a good grab for PlayStation. I do think they paid a little bit too much for it, because over $3 billion for it is a lot.
But Maker, I heard they paid extra to keep the developers, because the thing is, you could buy a company and you got the name, but then those developers could just, the people who work there could say, well, I could quit, I could go somewhere else. So again, I don't know if it's true, but I heard they paid extra to say, hey, we're paying to keep you guys for so many years, so you can't just walk.
Like the technology and the insight Bungie can bring to Sony is good, because they've been around, you know. They know how to make fully immersive games with awesome, you know, backgrounds and whatnot, and we know this.
I think, like, I definitely think PlayStation lacks in gunplay, where like the Bungie developers could probably help them out a lot. I always, whenever I talk to people about like the Uncharted series, and if I have to point out any flaw, it's the gunplay on Uncharted, Last of Us. It just feels kind of sluggish and not as...
Yeah, but those are third person. That's totally different than a first person shooter.
Yeah,
1,000% different.
And
but gunplay still
with live service. I mean, we can't lie about that.
For example, I loved Killzone. I loved Killzone, and I was really upset initially when the studio sort of dropped Killzone to move to another project. But then when they sort of evolved the studio to cater for Horizon Zero Dawn, I was like, wow, this studio's getting with the times, and I feel that's what it is. It's important for the studio to drop stuff to sort of be more creative freedom than actually being pigeonholed into what people know they are for.
Yeah.
But guys, let's not get off the topic at hand, all right? Microsoft, because I ain't letting this go. They came out and said we can't compete with Sony. They even said in future we don't think we could compete with Sony. Did I? Chris and I the only person that heard that?
You got it wrong.
I think
said they can't compete with Call of Duty and they can't compete with Game Pass. Then Microsoft turned around and said, "Oh, Sony's blocking and paying people not to put games on Game Pass."
Yeah,
that's not what we're talking about. If you want to talk about that, we do it some other day.
That's also in the documents, like that are coming out about this whole back and forth between Sony and Xbox. Xbox says that it's apparent that Xbox is going a different route than what PlayStation is. PlayStation's heavily focused on their console and selling on that console, where Xbox is broadening their horizons. They've got the PC Game Pass. They've got the cloud feature, the integration with cloud saves. So whether you play the game on PC or Xbox, it saves your save. It is for an all encompassing like type deal where Sony is just now getting into like PC releases. Their cloud is still needs improvement and work, and and based on these talks that PlayStation has it doesn't have a lot of incentive to go the route that Xbox does because they dominate that particular space.
Makes sense.
Well, I feel like they said they can't compete with Sony because of the brand loyalty of PlayStation. And I feel that if Microsoft, rightfully so, said we're keeping Call of Duty, that game could be the best ever game ever, but you watch, people will boycott that game instantaneously because of brand loyalty and literally destroy a piece of sort of the gaming industry just because. And I think that's what they're trying to say. They're trying to say we need to sort of move away from this sort of toxicity between console wars and who's got the best, because in my mind both PlayStation 5 and Series X are practically identical, and I think what they're trying to say is we need to move away from sales and what we can bring and focus on other aspects to evolve gaming. And so they're trying to say, PlayStation, you keep what you're doing, which is amazing, keep your loyal fans, keep your branding, but we need to sort of move away from all that now because it's actually hurting us and competitors, because we can't compete with your premium title, just like people can't compete with the premium title of Apple or like some Netflix or stuff like that until they sort of do something different that the competitors are not doing.
Yeah, it's gonna be forever back and forth, just like the Epic Apple trial. I mean, look at the stuff they said in that thing.
Oh man, yeah. What Epic was pointing out, what Apple and Google both do, where they pay telecom companies to not put competitor apps onto the phones, and I mean that's similar to what like Sony's doing with Game Pass, where they're paying people to not be on the competitor's subscription.
So Maker, can you explain that real quick? So here's what's funny, real life stuff. So Chris just got Stadia, right? It was free. He did a free trial. He said, dude, how do I get Stadia on my phone? I was like, what do you mean? Just get the app. He's like, no. So he has Safari. He has iPhone. I said, oh. So explain that to him, Maker, why he can't just get the app.
Because they limit like what apps, because you can only get apps that are on the App Store, and they block gaming subscription apps, including Game Pass, including Stadia and stuff like that.
That is wild.
Apple, bro.
That is insane. I don't think that's fair. I think that's why like my whole thing is always like, yo, just play what you gravitate to. It sucks that we gotta have so many different systems. I've always hated the fact that, you know, I've always had to own two different systems, and I'm going back, showing my age a little, but having Ninja Gaiden on Xbox and then having God of War on, say, PlayStation, and then I had to go and get, say, Prince of Persia, but I could get Prince of Persia on PlayStation or Xbox, I believe. And it's like, yo, why can't I just have one system? Why can't they come together and say, hey, listen, we'll split it down the middle. It don't matter if they buy Xbox or PlayStation, but I understand business a lot more now.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy that they can get away with that. That doesn't that kind of really limit the well, I guess that enhances the freedom of choice in the Constitution because it's freedom of choice. But doesn't that like insider trading? That's got to be illegal somehow.
The Google and Apple bits were kind of, because both Google and Apple dominate the market, and they're both doing like the same thing to prevent competitors on. So that was being looked at as kind of anti-competitive. That was the whole point of the Epic versus Apple and Epic versus Google court cases. But like it's. Eventually, to me, gaming's all going to come down to like an app on your TV, on your phone, and it's going to be like your Xbox app or your PlayStation app or your Nintendo app, and you'll just be able to stream those games directly. And that's why you're seeing all these companies buy up studios right now, is because they all want content for their subscription services. So in the long run of things, it's going to be like Netflix, like Disney Plus, like that. And like, let's say PlayStation is going to be the Disney Plus of the world, and like Xbox is going to be the Netflix. They all have these specific exclusives that they're going to be incentivizing people to come to their platform. Like Xbox with Bethesda could could be their like Stranger Things, you know, or
I see what you're saying. You have like
HBO's Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Okay. The same way we go to Disney to watch like Star Wars, me might just go to PlayStation to only play Star Wars.
Yeah, and then you subscribe.
But here's the thing: you got to hope that you have enough people, because think about it. Well, I guess you have to lay off a lot in your workforce, right? You got to cut production plants because you're not going to have I was about to pick up my PlayStation 5 and go like a physical. You're not going to get that, right? So now you got to deal with that. And then the people you just laid off, you got to hope that they buy into your subscription. They might not have a choice because it might be the only thing that their kids have. You know, but then you got to hope that enough people buy into it that it's only like $19.99 a month. Because look at these subscriptions that we have now. Look what PlayStation just did. To be a top tier subscription in the US is $120. It's a lot of money.
And mind you, it's $180 if you pay month to month.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, I gotta bounce. I gotta go get some dinner with the family. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Hey, you guys are doing a great job. Everybody, thanks for popping in my stream. I appreciate you, Cowboy. Hope to see you tomorrow, Cowboy. I really hope to see you tomorrow in the panel for a little bit.
I'll be there, man.
All right, brother. Thank you. Hope to see you too.
Cowabunga. You know what I
mean? You guys have a good one. Bye.
All right, later.
But yeah, I think they're all going to be super competitive over this space, and I think that's why you're seeing like PlayStation be so aggressive against Xbox. But I think the fact that no other company other than Sony spoke out about the deal, I think it's going to go through.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
and once Xbox gets these like Call of Duties day and date onto like Game Pass, just think
it's not going to be nothing.
Just think about all the subs that they're going to get. Like, I know so many people who would sign up like day one if they could get the new Call of Duty. And I know others that would probably sign up for the new Diablo 4 whenever that drops. If you just pay Game Pass, get that.
Yeah, I mean,
to me, Call of Duty's consistent. Like every year, yes, we know it's going to be the same game, only with different features. But Call of Duty's consistent. You know it's going to be, you know, gunfights and how it's going to, work out and everything. You know how it's going to play. It's always consistent. I think that's what Call of Duty.
Go ahead.
Well, I think what Call of Duty's got is that it's actually got the competitive market, hasn't it? I mean, to me, I don't like multiplayer, but when I actually see the esports and how multiplayer is working, everyone loves the Call of Duty multiplayer side of it. So just hearing the word Call of Duty multiplayer will actually make people jump on board and then wait for the next map and then a new extra DLC, and they just sort of hype themselves up over that, 2 years, 3 years until the next one comes out.
Well, actually, they're giving the DLCs and updates now for free. You don't have to buy DLCs separate anymore for Call of Duty.
I think the cool thing with all of this is it's content wars, right? Forget console, forget whatever. We're gonna lead into the content wars. But things gotta switch it up and make value. That's the whole thing with content. Look at Netflix. Netflix now they're saying their cloud service is flopping because when it was a big deal. Oh, Netflix gonna have a cloud service, and then when you found out, wait, it's just games you already got to download on your phone, and then you can play them on something else. And it was weird, right? And then the type of games was pretty much mobile games. Like I might as well just keep them on my phone. So it just depends on what content you have.
Well, I love the way you just said content, because to me it's important that gaming's sort of evolving now into other medias. So like we've seen like Sonic movies or Castlevania animes, and we're seeing like these development studios actually sort of license their properties out to other things. Your Netflix, you have this, your Crunchyroll, you have this, and it's bringing more eyes into them than just what we used to know in the gaming space.
I wanted to bring up something since you brought up Netflix and the amount of people using that. And I know Bryant recently talked a bit about it, where it was 1.7 million daily users on the Netflix gaming side. Well, he did his own study through the same app that they got this data from, and it covers mobile apps, which he did it for Stadia, Xbox or XCloud, and like GeForce Now and Luna. And I don't know if you saw the numbers, but it was only 1.5 million daily users, which is less than Netflix over all of them. So like all of them combined were less than what Netflix gets daily.
So my thing is if the Netflix gaming is going under, if it's flopping, I fully see Facebook gaming being next.
Well, what I'm saying is Netflix got more than any of the other cloud services combined.
Right. But I'm saying, like, if it's flopping, since they're saying it's flopping now, I'm pretty sure Facebook gaming.
Well, I think it's mostly articles that are saying it's flopping because it's only 1.7 million because they've got 200 and something million subscribers.
Yeah. So here's the thing: they said it's 1% of the Netflix user base. But here's the thing: it's first of all, it has to be attractive, right? It got to be appealing, and number two, people. So I think gaming is so popular, right? Gaming is bigger than movies. These big companies just banking on can they get something clever to get their. It's like when people say, "Oh, Luna's gonna do great," because there's so many Amazon users. Stadia gotta do great because everybody has Gmail. But no, that's a gamble. That don't mean everybody with a Gmail will migrate to Stadia, and everybody that's on Netflix won't migrate to Netflix. Now, it would have been smart if when you went on Netflix, it was a big Netflix game. I watch Netflix all the time and never seen anything that lets me know Netflix has gaming, right? So, that's what these companies need to utilize and actually.
Netflix smart because I think what they've done in some of their TV shows and stuff like that, they've sort of catered to a certain audience and they've lost hundreds of millions. Studios closed down to that. So I feel like if they came out and marketed it, look, we're going to have cloud gaming, I think people will go, boo, we don't want it, because the majority don't want cloud gaming yet.
Well, that's all marketing. Don't say, like I said, don't say cloud gaming. Just have a big thing. Like when I go on Netflix, if I click on Netflix right now, I have no clue Netflix has any gaming. Just have a little thing that says Netflix games. Nobody has to spell out cloud gaming. Just say Netflix games. And I'll be like, oh, Netflix got games, and you click on it. Here's the problem: if they did do that, remember you also need to have the Netflix app where you could download the game. So if they let's say YouTube, right? Let's throw Stadia out there, right? Google owns YouTube and Stadia. If it had YouTube games, when you go to watch the millions of videos we watch all week, YouTube games, you're like, oh wow, they got gaming on here. And you click on it, and it seamlessly took you to it. Let's say it wasn't called Stadia, FCAT. All right, fine. You click on YouTube games, and when you click on it, it just take you to YouTube games, which technically would be Stadia. You're like, damn, they got a library of games, and I could just play if I plugged in a controller.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that cover because when Google Play Music turned into Yahoo Music, you don't hear anybody complaining about it. Like nobody's saying, "Oh, YouTube Music's gonna shut down."
I think better integration is key, which I think eventually the long run of things, you'll be watching the new Witcher show, and then at the end of it, it says, since you finished this, here's something you might like, and it'll say like Witcher 3, and then you just click on it and it'll play it instantly on your TV, and it'll say, please connect a controller or something like that, and so you connect your controller and can play it instantly. That's the future. That's what's what Stadia is trying to do, what xCloud is trying to do. Everybody's trying to get it so it's a seamless experience, so you can just play these games instantly.
Let me ask you guys this, right?
So instead of YouTube, I would actually rather see it in Google Play Games app, because in that app, when you go to it now, it's pretty much useless. All you use Google Play Games for is to sign into the games, right? The games that are on there are all like dumb kid games or something. So like Stadia, put Stadia games on that, and it'll become more, popular or cool looking.
I mean, I definitely hear what you're saying. Let me ask, because these phone mobile games are getting better and better. Call of Duty, Apex Legend. So just imagine if you had a cloud game in there, and you don't have to really say it. It just be like, oh, here's a bunch of other games, right? Or in this section, maybe it could be streaming section, right? And you just like, oh, what's that? And you click on it and it'll play. But let me ask you guys this. And then I'm gonna get it. I didn't eat anything, so I want to start to get ready to close it down. And plus, I've been saying I wanted to do 2.5 hours. Now we're at 2.5 hours. But what are you guys' thoughts on Xbox? And I think we talked about this before, but I got a good couple guys on here pushing hard, man, to get you to be able to play games on xCloud that you already purchased.
I mean, that's the plan. That's what Phil Spencer said that they want to do is play your Xbox library through the cloud, the ones that you've purchased. And I see some of that, at least a selection of games, because I think they're gonna have to get special like approval from these companies to play these games. But we'll see what games are actually popping up. It is kind of odd that we saw that kind of integration pop up a little while ago, where all of a sudden there were these like cloud type statements on the website. So I've already told on one of our Q&As at Cloud Gaming Extreme, I said I see them announcing it probably in September and then rolling it out in November. November, December-ish.
You think so?
I think so. Like, because
that sounds about right to me. That sounds about.
There's a lot of stuff happening in the next. Like, you got Tokyo Game Show next month, and Gamescom
right now.
Yeah, Gamescom's next week, right? Yeah, next week.
What as far as what all the stuff coming up? So Maker mentioned that, which would be great. I think it's going to be an amazing benefactor. I said like a year ago. I said, man, listen, I buy a PlayStation 5, and they just told me the games I buy digitally, they'll also let me play it through the cloud, even if it was the PlayStation 4 version. I would do that. But Xbox is looking to pretty much do what I would be cool with, which is kind of amazing.
Well, I know that any game that is on multi-platforms, like sort of Harry Potter or Forspoken stuff like that, just by having the chance that game is going to be on xCloud as well, if I buy it on Xbox, you damn know I'll be buying it over Xbox instead of PlayStation. There's an extra incentive for me to say, okay, I'm going to treat this console now as a hybrid approach again.
Right.
So I have a powerful console plus an amazing service.
Like I might have said before, I see Xbox not going into the cloud thing very willy-nilly. I think they're going to keep that beta title attached to it as long as they get enough money they can to keep on growing it as a platform, and eventually they're going to have to make the choice of whether to keep it in line with Game Pass Ultimate or separate it. And if they do separate it, what do they do with it then? Do they put it with gold? Do they make it free?
It's a good point though.
I do think that they're gonna, as I said, continue this slow rollout, because cloud isn't fully accepted right now. But you're starting to see head shift. Some people are saying, "Oh, this cloud thing isn't too bad on Xbox," and I've started to see it more. Hey, this PlayStation Premium stuff's not too bad when you stream it.
Yeah, it's been getting a little bit better, but there's still some of that traffic and performance issues because Fortnite's free and everybody is utilizing the subscription on Fortnite.
I think that's a good thing.
I think that's gonna keep on increasing traffic and performance.
Well, if it sees consistent traffic, and the eventuality is they're going to have to up the server load, like they're going to have to be able to support it, and I think that's a good thing now to have that, because that means they'll be able to improve it and make it better. It's the same reason, like I see a lot of people who bash like GeForce Now for having to wait in queues, and to me, I just say that's a good thing. That means you're over capacity, and And for people who say it's a negative, I'm like, it's a positive for the company because they're obviously being successful.
A lot of people's playing it.
Yeah.
What this is what I want to see. Which I give, you know what platform I'm actually liking the most right now. Now maybe because I've been out of it for a while. So I've been out of PlayStation for a while, but I'm really enjoying PlayStation right now. And I keep saying I play Stadia more, but then I turn around and like, so I was playing Demon Souls, right, which is a AAA game. I was playing Death Stranding, which is a AAA game. What's cool with me is when you wrap PlayStation Plus, Premium, Essential, Extra, regardless, because I don't know what's what, because I paid for the year for it all. But I'm getting AAA titles that I'm able to play, and some are older, right? Remember, I started this thing months ago or a year ago. I said, listen, when PlayStation Project Spartacus come out, I at least want to see games that's 3 years old, and they at least have the PlayStation 4 version, and I could play it in the cloud. Everything I said, they've done. But now I own a PlayStation 5, so I could actually download the PlayStation 5 versions of a game and play it in a better higher graphical fidelity. So for me, I'm like, you know what's crazy? I barely play the Stadia. Like, I'm probably going to cancel Stadia Pro before the 21st, right? Before I get charged again. When Game Pass runs out, because I had the dollar deal for 3 months, I'm not going to get that. But I noticed, man, I'm playing these PlayStation. Again, I like AAA games. So I'm actually playing these games, and then they're the free-to-play games like Rumbleverse I was playing. So I feel like that is kind of catering to me, which is I got to give them. I just wanted to take time to give a shout out to the games they're giving me. But again, I could be saying the same thing if I played games with gold, but I don't because I don't own a PlayStation. I mean, an Xbox.
I feel you wouldn't be on these subscriptions if there was a good actually trial service out there, because I remember you looking at these PlayStation games going, okay, they're not for me, but you'll try them. And then when you've tried them, you've put so many hours in, and then you've known that you don't like them. So I feel like that's a waste of money. So I feel like that you're the type of gamer that you'll happily see trials before you buy a game or rent a game, should I say.
Yeah. I've had this since 2008. I can't tell you how many games I played for maybe an hour, 2 hours, maybe 4 hours. And I said, it's not for me. Send it back. I had Jersey was mad at me on Twitter today. He said, you barely gave Demon Souls a chance. I said, bro, I played it enough for me to where I was like, it's not my game. Now, I already knew going into it that I felt like it's a Souls game. It's not really my game, but it's already on PlayStation Plus.
I feel like you give enough time, because there's people out there that are biased against games just from a trailer. So I feel like you've done well. Right. You became a statistic. You downloaded it. You tried it. You paid for your service happily, and you found out it wasn't for you. So it was a good little approach, I think.
I have yet, real quick, Maker, I have yet to play a game that where I played it enough that I was like, I've yet to play a game that I've sent back, and then years later somebody told me about, and I gave it another shot, and I was like, oh my God, I love it, I'm gonna buy it. I kind of know my game that I like, and I had fun yesterday when I was learning to dodge and stuff, the skeletons jumping, and it was fun, but I can't see me saying I'm keeping this game and I'm gonna want to beat it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I did something similar with Demon Souls and Bloodborne. Like, I had a PS3 and I had Demon Souls, and I played it for a couple hours, quit it. I got my PS4, first game I got, Bloodborne. Played it a couple hours, quit it. And eventually I played Dark Souls, and I played it through to the end. And then I played Dark Souls 3, or Dark Souls 2, and then Dark Souls 3, and then back to Bloodborne again. And I was like, oh my gosh, Bloodborne's great. And so it happens, at least it happens with me.
Well, I think that the only difference between you and me is you like that genre. I don't like these genres at all. So I knew going into it, like,
I didn't fall in love with it until after I came back.
Yeah, like but you at least had interest in those genres. You at least was like, you like them. I don't like them at all. Like, dying and starting back a couple miles back. I mean, I get it. It is what it is, but it's not the most enjoyable thing. You give me a Devil May Cry, a God of War, where I'm just hack and slash, die 8 million times. That's more my speed. But for you, you kind of knew, like, I like this genre of games. You just wasn't that into those games, but you at least like that genre of game, so it allowed you to come back.
I didn't really get into the genre until I fully beat one of them, which was like my third or fourth attempt into like playing one of their games, and it's not an easy thing, and I think the fact that I'm one of the types of people that I sometimes I won't give up too easily. Like if I once I break through and start to learn like a game, and if it's a difficult game, I will play it all the way to the end. You know, I played through Neo, played through what's it called, the Surge 2, like a lot of Souls-like games.
Yeah,
and it all takes a lot, and if you're not willing to invest in that, then I'd say just skip it.
See, I used to be like that, just push through. I've paid for it, that's what I want. But then, like the first game I've ever said no, I'm not playing first person ever got was Dishonored. I never buying Dishonored, and I just thought, nah, this type of gaming is not for me. Even though I liked it in the past, I just thought, and it was because there's too much to game and so little time. So I feel like I haven't got time to be on this learning curve now or get punished. I was going to move on to something else.
So that's a good point. So people want me to, you need to play. I already know Demon Souls, Elden Ring, Sekiro. They're for number one, they're going to be challenging, which is cool, whatever. But they're going to take a lot. You're going to have to get into. It's kind of what Holt said. I'm not willing to spend that much time because it's either those type of games. You're either saying I'm beating this game or just what are you even doing? If you're just messing around. Like, I remember when I first played Elden Ring, I was like, dude, I like it. I'm not sure if I'll buy it. And I had to tell myself, dude, if you buy it, then you should want to beat it. If not, gamefly it, play a little couple hours, have fun, die a million times, and send it back.
And that's perfectly fine. I'm now that I know the gameplay, there's something great about it. Like once I've learned it. There's just such a satisfying feeling overcoming a challenge or beating a challenge. And the reason why I do like the Dark Souls / Elden Ring style over Bloodborne / Sekiro gameplay is there's a lot more variance with Elden Ring and Dark Souls, because there are multiple builds. You can be a magician, you can be like a thief, a samurai. You saw the different build, like little characters you can create. And I love that aspect. So the next time that I play, it's a different play style. I'm using different spells. I'm using different abilities. And that's what I really fell in love with Elden Ring, why I've played it more than any other Souls game to date. Because of that choice, because of the different ways and styles to play it. And I goofed off a bit, but there was a lot of fun with that game. I've kind of burned out of it though, because I've been playing it so much.
See, I said this on last week's stream. I said to Cowboy, God, Cowboy, I wish I was like Maker, who's got this big enthusiastic to keep on going and going and always find something new in a game. I said, I wish I could lock myself down to that, because imagine me putting hundreds of hours to the price I paid. I think it was that guy we were talking about full price retail games, and I was like, I wish I was like Maker, putting hundreds of hours in to justify my price in game. But some of me, sometimes I'm like, move on. I burn out too fast, where other gamers seem to push past it.
That's cool. I live vicariously through Maker. I'm always bragging when people come on here. Yo, my man Maker, he speed run Elden Ring. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah. I get excited, like, because I know I would never do it. I mean, I'm sure I could, but I've been playing games on easy for so long because I'm used to renting games. So when you're renting games, it's all about how long you're going to keep them is how much money you're going to start losing, right? If you keep a game longer than a month, it's like, all right, that's $17 right there. So if I could get 3 games in a month, I'm like, I just played 3 games for $17. So it becomes like how much you want to get into this game. And listen, I have kept games for 7 months before. So just trust me, I lost a lot of money.
Well, I've got some good platinums in the past, and I remember saying to me and my friends, it was all about the platinums and achievements. I've done this on ultimate settings, I've done this on blah blah blah, and then in the end I felt it didn't actually mean over time nothing to me. I felt like always move on to the next game, the next story and experiences was better than me investing heavily on the hardest experience.
I wanted to agree with Holt. It's like, for the most part, I would say 95% of the games that I play, I beat it and I move on. People were asking me, "Are you gonna 100% stray?" I said, "Probably not. I'm probably gonna beat the game and just never play it again."
Yeah. See, now what I got into, and I guess I haven't found that again. Man, I was the guy that played Destiny for years, and that game was everything I needed. I would play and beat God of War, play and beat The Last of Us 2, play and beat games on the side, but Destiny always kept me grounded. And then I kind of got out of it and got really into Anthem. I mean, I had builds, everything, right? And then I got into Avengers. I'm not as in Avengers as I was Destiny or Anthem. Like, I don't do builds or anything. I just run around and punch things in the face. But yeah, so where you guys was like into Elden Ring, but it eventually had an end. And whereas Destiny was my forever game, But
yeah, I feel that World of Warcraft was that for me.
Okay.
I used to play World of Warcraft a long time. Like back when I was in college, that was all I did. If I wasn't studying for a class, I was playing I was playing World of Warcraft, and man, I would say I probably have like months of game time, like months.
Wow.
Yeah, I played it way too much. I got into like one of the best raiding guilds on the server that I was on and stuff like that. So it was an experience. And looking back on it, I spent way too much on that game, and I still go back to it. It's kind of like a comfort food. I know it so well now that it's just kind of.
I can't do it. I invested in it. I loved World of Warcraft. I always talked about it, but I lost my life. I nearly dropped out of university. I was too addicted to it, and that was the franchise. That's MMORPGs is the genre. I've just got an addictive personality because it's always just do one more, just do something better.
Yeah.
And it never seems to stop. And
if I farm for another hour, I'll have this. It just
trust me, bro. Doing them quests in Destiny, trying to get a special gun. And you got to do so much of this and that, and then Destiny thing was, well, I'm sure World of Warcraft, but you had so many things. Like, I could either be trying to get this gun so I could use in a Crucible, or I want to get this gun that would be better or armor at when I do strikes, and I want to build up to the raids, and then I want to do Gambit, and yeah, it was
get my PvP rank up. Or I mean, WoW's just like that. They got arenas. They've got you can undo reputations, which take like months to do, where you do like daily quests to try and increase your rep, and you'll get rewards like mounts or pets and stuff like that. And so there's just so much content in World of Warcraft that you'll always be busy with something unless you play it 24/7.
That's crazy. Yeah, a friend of mine, he was super into it. He lost a job. My ex-girlfriend had got him a job, and he was actually skipping work to play it, and it was crazy. When we eventually got it was under his name, so we eventually got evicted because he wasn't paying. It was like, dude, but anyway, guys, any last thing you guys want to add? That's pretty much it for me.
I know, thanks to cloud, we can actually secretly bring gaming into our work without actually knowing, because I know that I've got a monitor in front of me, like sometimes I see, come on, just quick game here, and then that's it. So.
Well, tomorrow, my guy Obi Rose he challenged anybody to play him in Tekken, and I'm like, well, his stream is at 3:30. I'll be at work, but I'm like, but I got remote play, and I got my cool controller. I might just go to my car real quick for 10 minutes. So, good point, though.
It's one of these, isn't it? Hello, sir. How can I help you? Get out of my face! I'm playing Tekken.
Yeah, right.
For me, it's my Steam Deck now. Nice. I work from home, so I don't have to worry about playing. But when I did work in the office, it was pre-Stadia for me. So I would play Call of Duty Mobile on my phone back then, or I'd bring my Switch.
So is your Steam Deck always around you, like in your pocket and stuff? It's always easy to pick up.
It's in my living room right now because my brother's been playing Sekiro, but I generally keep it around me. I recently beat Blasphemous, which is a indie Souls-like, and I just picked up Gears Tactics on the Steam sale. So
Nice.
I'm planning on playing that. That's going to be my game to play while on the go.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, listen, man. We pretty much, man, this was cool. I only had 2 topics, but we filled in the blanks, added so much stuff. FCAT, is there any last thing you want to say?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, cool. Well, Maker, thank you as usual, man. This is why I love when you come on here, polarizing figure in the community. Could you tell everybody about CGX, what it is you do, where they could find you?
You can go to Cloud Gaming Extreme on YouTube. I believe it's Cloud Extreme on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter as well, Maker of Chaos 12 or Maker of Chaos 12 on Twitch. I really need to get back to streaming on there. Last but not least, Dr. Spaceman streams on Thursday. So check him out 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I gotta start checking that out now that it is. I used to do the Sandy Anthony show on Thursday, so that's why I couldn't check in. But guys, I took the liberty to put CGX. Check it out, man. This is the channel. You guys could check out Maker of Chaos. Click on the link. Go subscribe to the channel. Check them out. It's pretty good. Yeah, and my guy Holtz, one day he's gonna go from a panelist to a content creator, right? Holtz?
Yeah, you should see my setup now that I've actually got now. It's literally lovely. Literally lovely. It just clicking on go, and you know I feel like I could start streaming stuff. But you could see me with Rock this week on Thursday. Rock will have all the times. I don't know if he's actually officially announced it, but that's where I will be on a Thursday. Right.
Nice. Holtz, hold up. What are these again? Pierogi. Look, Holtz got pierogies.
So this is a pierogi.
Yeah. Here, let me try to get.
I thought that was the name of a dog or something.
Like this. They look like a ravioli, kind of, sort of. I gotta change these lights. I think these lights. Let's see something. Let me see something real quick. I got the lights, right? I'm just curious. If I have them, I still got light on me, right? Man, it's crazy. So, oh yeah, there you go. This is better.
Yeah,
maybe I will.
See it better.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, that's something I do, guys. Bring the food on. Man. With that being said, Maker, can you say the last final thing that I say?
I have no idea what you said.
Come on, Maker. You know the name of the channel.
And now your mama knows.
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon!